Hey, Questers, welcome back to the channel. And we've got guests. You guys want to introduce yourselves? Let everyone know where to find you. That'd be great.
Howdy. Harris, M cubed, sidetrack, G cubed, all that stuff. You know? Howdy.
Hello. You can call me Chillin' for short. My real name's Aaron. Take your pick. I don't care which one. Chillin' in the Basement's the name of my channel, and I put the link right there in case you are entertained by me today and you want to go look at more of my stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, go and subscribe to both channels. They are amazing. Do amazing stuff. So, right. We're going to talk a bit about the Acolyte to start with. So, should we watch the trailer and then we'll have a little chat about the Acolyte, right?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do this shit.
Let's do it. Do it.
Close your eyes. Your eyes can deceive you. We must not trust them. Tell me what comes into your mind.
Life. Balance. I see fire.
Someone is killing Jedi. It doesn't make sense. What happened?
I sensed darkness.
This isn't about good or bad. This is about power and who is allowed to use it.
What is that?
Okay. So, thoughts?
I love the cast.
Cast is dope. As a trailer itself, forget what it's a trailer for. As a trailer itself, that's a cool fucking trailer.
Yeah, it does look cool.
As a trailer itself, that's a nice trailer. As for the show it happens to be about, I've only got a couple concerns. That one line she dropped about it not being about good or evil is, I mean, it looked like an evil-ish person speaking it, so I can understand, but that's like directly contrary to like what George set it up as, which is the whole thing is about good and evil. So I want more context when I actually see the show. So, hey, David. So, oh shit, I didn't turn on the comments. What the fuck? I'm waiting to see how it's like full context around that statement, but you know, that just on the face of it, you know, headline, that's going to trigger some people.
Yeah.
And then of course, the big one, Council Member Ki-Adi Mundi. The Sith have been extinct for over 1,000 years. They're gonna have how they're gonna handle not breaking that is going to be interesting to see. That's my biggest concern. It's a bigger concern than that one line, but that's my biggest concern is how they're gonna stay true to that line.
I mean, there are other like dark side cults out that aren't necessarily Sith related, and they could do that maybe. But I worry that they're not going to take that. That would be the easiest, most sensible route. Both easiest and probably most sensible. Yeah. But knowing Lucasfilm at the moment, as much as I'd love for them to take that route, I don't know if that's the way they did.
Did those cultists actually have the red blades and everything, or? Because that was a red blade flying through them trees in the trailer. So that's what makes me concerned. If it was just a dark side user with, you know, like stole a Jedi's lightsabers running around, what the hell ever. That's cool. You brought the red blade into it, so you're making me a little worried.
Well, if maybe if they're a dark side user just from a different dark side cult or something, maybe they still bleed crystals, or maybe they just gets maybe the character just gets angry enough where the crystal bleeds. I don't know. I'm just trying to make it like a reason for it, But
Right.
that's what we always tend to do as Star Wars fans is find reasoning for things, and we end up making the story good accidentally sometimes. But
Yes. Well, yeah. Well, that frequently happens with all our IP lately. We, the audience, are coming up with way better ideas than the studios themselves. But that's a whole stream in and of itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like outside of those two concerns, I am optimistic. I think the show looks cool. I like the premise of someone sneaking around and murking Jedi random. Well, maybe not randomly, but just sneaking around murking Jedi. I like that aspect of the story.
Yeah, it's not like it hasn't been done before either, because we know that Mandalorians are capable against Jedi.
Yep.
So.
Yep. And
it's
then
not a long stretch, is it?
No. And then, but yeah, there are many aspects of that show that I think have a whole ton of potential, and it looks like the trailers are going to come through on a couple of them. It's just that red blade flying around, how they're going to handle that's just my biggest thing. Other than that, I'm looking forward to the show, actually.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm kind of cautiously optimistic about it. Like everything the creator has said makes me like excited for a general project, not necessarily for a Star Wars project, but hell, if she found a love for Star Wars and then put that into it, that could be good. That's to be seen, at least. I'm mostly worried about that runtime. Just the other day after...
I don't like the runtime either. It's only 30-minute episodes.
They're all 30-minute episodes with 5 to 7 minutes of credits. So that's 23 to 25 minutes of viewing for every single episode.
I think on the final episode, isn't it?
Huh?
I think it's 30 minutes, and then the last episode is going to be longer, I think, if I remember correctly.
35.
That's
what Leslie said, is like an extra 5 or so minutes. Or
28 minutes of viewing.
Maybe she said that one was 40, maybe. But yeah,
maybe.
she said the finale was the longest one, and basically the entire series is going to average 30 to 35 minutes per show.
Like we were talking yesterday, I just don't know if that negates a series. I feel like that's literally the amount of time you would put into a film, like literally runtime, and then you end up cutting out of the film, like naturally, like 10, 15, 20 minutes out of that runtime and just kind of see what works.
Well, it's the super cut Rebel Moon, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it would. Well, I mean, you figure 8 episodes, half an hour a piece. That's 4 hours of content. That's the Snyder cut.
Yeah. He did it backwards. But I mean, it was better than what we had before, but is it actually like...
I don't know if you know how I feel about Rebel Moon.
Oh yeah, David, we've been burned by plenty of trailers, and not just in Star Wars.
Rebel Moon trailer looked awesome, but then when I watched the film, I was like, "What the fuck am I watching?" It was like the slow motion was terrible, the fight scenes was poorly choreographed, and it just reminded me of a lot of what we saw with Ahsoka. If that makes any sense. The fight choreography with Ahsoka was very bad. Well, it was bad, not terrible, but it was slow, and I just hope that any fight scenes other than the kung fu stuff, obviously, might be a bit faster. A bit more fluid.
At least so far as Ahsoka was concerned, it literally looked to me like they filmed the fight scenes in chronological order, because they steadily got less and less not great.
Yeah.
Well, I think besides that last episode, maybe that last episode, those fight scenes just weren't as good as maybe what they did in episodes. Well, hell, I don't know. Even when they introduced Demonis Fondi, like, I mean, what's the character name? Good Lord.
Sorry, that old Yorkshire geek. When you say that, I'm sorry, but have I still got it on here?
Steve!
I gotta figure out how to incorporate clips, because I would go ham. It'd be so much fun.
Yeah, I need to figure out how to download them, because I got this little Stream Deck thing. I'm just not technologically apt.
Yeah, I looked at getting one of those, and then I'm like, I'm not there yet. 8 episodes.
I've had it for years. I just haven't. I don't know what to do. I got
8 episodes, David. Yeah. Ocho. Oh, hey.
Yeah.
What am I
Did y'all
doing?
like the
Did
Rebel
anyone
Moon
notice in
2
the
trailer?
Acolyte trailer that the red lightsaber is the best looking one out of the lot? I mean, in brightness and
Yes.
everything, every aspect of the red lightsaber is perfect. But when you look at all the Jedi's, when they light theirs up, it looks like they just went to Disney World and built their own.
A little bit. A little bit. It does
Yeah.
just a little bit.
They seem very dull. They're not bright like we used to seeing with a lightsaber. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a lightsaber for a reason. It's bright.
Well,
And they
we
just
can
look dull and looks
Yeah,
like the
we-
batteries are dying.
we can hope in the intervening months they clean a few things up from the trailer, like they see it and clean it up, because it's still 4 months away, 3 months away. So June 4th, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I
we
think it
still
kind of
2.5
goes into
months
that.
away.
Yeah. I think it kind of goes into that like runtime complaint is just like the scope of the show. I don't know if they know the scope and scale that they actually want. So it kind of feels like that sometimes. Obviously Obi-Wan and everything else. But besides Andor knew its scope and scale, which was nice. But I don't know. I'm worried that this feels like a show that should be, like we mentioned it yesterday, and I think a lot of other people have talked about it online too, is like it should feel like a House of the Dragon level show. It should feel like a Game of Thrones or a Shogun level show. Like it should bring you into that world and really like enthrall you with it. They did it with Andor. They can do it again. Like they've shown that they can do it. Let's take that approach and not necessarily these other approaches. We can put some more like, like not generic, but more like hardcore Star Wars stuff in it that Andor might not have had, but still take that approach, you know? I'm hoping that's the way they did it. It didn't necessarily look like that in the trailer, and not in a bad way. It just felt like a TV show versus an experience, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm just worried about the was it Headland said it's a they're going for what was it? I've forgotten. They're going for Andor meets what was it? What was the other one she compared it to?
I don't know. I didn't actually go in and read the entire article, so I'm not. I don't have all the quotes in my dome.
No.
I mean, she did say some like actually really cool stuff in that interview too. So
yeah, but then she said
that right there was one of the reasons I actually have a little bit of hope that she won't go completely ham on the rest of her beliefs and actually will like give us fucking Star Wars.
Well, I hate to even say it, but like, and this is one of the times where I think Star Wars fandom, particularly, where everyone, you know, toxic fandoms, that's a very like it's everywhere, sure, and people are like that. People get pissy about the things they like. It's natural. We're human. But typically, you know, it can be a little like heavy-handed on different people, and like, you know, one part of a fandom will like attack somebody. This, I think, was when she said like I've never seen Star Wars and I don't necessarily like care for Star Wars particularly. You deserve a little attack when you're going to Star Wars making something like that. But I think this is one of those times, like that Sonic trailer, that it worked in a way. Because those interviews, I didn't watch them or read them all either, but the ones that she was saying, like, I watched Star Wars and it, like, changed my life. That stuff, like, I mean, she could be acting a little bit, but also, like, you watch it, there's no way it doesn't change your life to a degree, just especially as a filmmaker's perspective, and someone who, if she'd never watched it and then like, oh, wait, literally every movie after this movie is, like, based on it to a degree. Like, they're borrowing something, at least a scene, a character, something, you know? So hopefully she takes that into account. I don't know. Fingers crossed. Cautiously optimistic because of all that.
This is interesting. I think David's right. I think it might have been better as a two-hour movie or something along those lines. But that would have just been like the original plan for the High Republic, wouldn't it? Really.
And Obi-Wan,
it's pretty much the same, isn't it?
Obi-Wan was going to be a trilogy too, and
yeah,
what we got.
Yeah. Have we all seen the Patterson cut, by the way, since we're talking?
No, I've always wanted to, and I just never sat down to.
Oh, dude, he took that show and literally, at least in my opinion, did as much as you possibly could without remaking it and making it like something palatable to watch all the way through. It's like 2 hours, 20 minutes, I think it is.
Not bad.
But it's right on his website, KaiPatterson.com.
Oh, I'm going to have to type that up as we're talking about it.
Well, I'll take a look at some point.
Yeah, it's
I'll have a
really
look
good.
after the stream.
I mean, most of what he did was just cutting a bunch of shit out and like, making it work afterwards, but it's good.
He rearranged the order of some of the things too, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Didn't he rearrange the order of like the Jedi that gets hung and all that? And
no, he a lot of the stuff that happens in the spaceport was more so just edited down, and a lot of the excess crap was gotten rid of.
That makes sense. I don't know. I need to watch it. I've always meant to. I don't know why I haven't.
I mean, I took forever to get around to watching it, but when I did, I was like,
huh?
Wow,
this is what we could have gotten.
Yeah, what he gave us was as close as he could have gotten to what the dude who wrote the film script wrote.
Yeah,
he did the best he could to get it closer to that story.
Cool. Which that was Ned Beatty, right? I believe.
I don't remember who did the writing. I just remember reading the synopsis of the script and going, "This would have been so much better." And he's the one, he had Reva in his script, but he wrote his version of the character was much better written. Like no one would have been mad at her if she'd have been written the way dude wrote her in the movie script.
Well, one of the things that makes me mad, full stop, is the fact that no one dies from being stabbed with a lightsaber anymore.
Oh, sweet Jesus!
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, yeah. Now, Sabine, that was a spleen shot, so that one was okay. But yeah, the rest of it was like, I don't care who you are. When Anakin Skywalker pre or post armor stabs you, you fucking die. That's just the way it is. Okay, I'm gonna end up taking over the stream if we talk about Obi-Wan too long. So I'm just gonna.
Still, like literally, there are two deaths that you come back from in that from stabs, and it's just like, come on, like two.
I mean, we can come back and we can just talk about this after we've.
Don't get me started on the Grand Inquisitor. That was not an Utapawan.
I don't know
what's wrong with the Grand Inquisitor.
Huh?
What's wrong with the Grand Inquisitor?
In Kenobi, every fucking thing.
What's wrong with Kenobi?
The vast majority of everything.
There are
about 98% of it.
Like 3 or 4 scenes that are dope, and 2 of them break canon.
Yeah, that's the issue. Like literally, the coolest shit like screws things up. Like,
Yep. A New Hope could have been so different.
Like, I don't care how much you hate Disney Star Wars. That walk of Vader's through the village was peak.
And it was
it kind of showed the sinisterness of the Sith at that point, doesn't it? Shows what he's actually capable of, which you don't really see that kind of side to the Force powers, do you? The fact that he's pulling people out into the street and killing them by using his Force.
Yeah, he didn't lay a hand or a saber on anybody.
No.
The closest thing we get are like literally, I guess, Maul and Savage and maybe Clone Wars, where like Savage is stabbing people with his horns, and then Maul and Clone Wars Season 7 when he's literally like ripping panels off that wall and slicing clones in half. Mm-hmm. No lightsaber, no touching them, just bye-bye. But that's animated. They don't usually allow us to divulge into that in the live action.
Yeah.
There needs to be an R-rated Star Wars.
Zack Snyder, huh?
No.
As long as it's a hard R just for the violence, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No language, none of the other shit that'll get you an R. Just a gory Star Wars, I'd be okay with.
Because then you can still like show your kids when they're like a little older, kind of deal. Because Star Wars, as much as we love it, and we're varying ages, and we'll always love it throughout these varying ages. It's supposed to be for your 12, 15-year-old kids, you know? And sure, there's some intense stuff going on, but that's the only like caveat for an R. But also give us the cool, like the fighting, you know?
Yeah. Like, well, it doesn't even have to be gory to be in hard R. There just has to be a shit ton of it. You know, like if it's basically Like set it thousands of years back and make it like just heavy martial arts
I'm
and
glad you
people
said
get
that, 'cause I'd love to
and-
see Revan in
and-
live action.
and people just just getting arms broken and shit. They don't got to be getting cut up or anything. They can just get the shit beat out of them and a few compound fractures here and there. You'll be good.
Yeah,
Honestly,
kind of like a
a
movie set in the Old Republic where you got the Sith Empire versus the Republic.
Mhm.
That sort of thing.
Yeah.
That would be awesome, full stop. But to show the goriness of what it would be like if a large number of Sith existed along with the Jedi. Because it's not going to be all lovey-dovey and stuff, is it? It's going to be sinister and it's going to be dark.
I mean,
Well,
hell,
especially Old Republic.
just do the Bane trilogy. Just adapt that into live action. That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be right at the end of when there's thousands of Sith, but you'd still get to see it because at least a lot of the first book takes place in that Sith Academy. So that'd be an awesome fucking deep dive into that. Oh, hell yeah. Do what Laura says or she'll kill you. I mean, do what Laura says because she's an awesome person.
All the above. Option E.
Yes, David.
I mean, if you think about it, the Jedi aren't that fond of beheading, probably because a cauterized lightsaber wound has at least a chance of preserving life. But I'm not even going to stretch that to justify Kenobi. I'm just
Well,
saying.
it'll be about the slow death because I mean,
Baseball bat or lightsaber?
yeah, exactly. I mean, you won't die straight away, but you just live there on the ground for what, a few minutes, whilst your brain is suffocated from lack of blood and oxygen.
Yep.
While your internal organs are melting one another.
Yeah, you just your head laying there, and all you can do is watch as your entire body just melts away.
Your insides are stupefying. It's
So you get a bit dark and sinister in this stream.
We all get to be Anakin.
hey,
Who would want to be Anakin?
which part of Anakin? Which part of life? Actually, no. It sucks pretty much the entire way. Never mind.
Oh, not the entire way. Luke and Leia had to come from somewhere, bruh.
Yeah, but during that process,
Natalie Portman.
Yeah, he got to
I
clap.
like Natalie Portman.
He got to play Clapadala. So, Pamadala clap me or Amidala clap me. There it is. That's the one. Amidala clap me.
there you go. I like it.
Or clap me,
But were
Amidala.
those kids really Anakins or were they Obi-Wans?
Or were they Palpatines?
No, Obi-Wan. Yeah. No, Obi-Wan already has a kid, but it's Satine's nephew.
Somewhere. Which he's still kicking somewhere.
Satine's got dead as fuck. Maul killed
Huh?
her. Remember Maul killed her?
Oh yeah, I mean Satine, not but the nephew's still there.
Oh, the nephew.
It's not
Yeah, I
Mark.
believe he's still alive. Yes.
Is it Bunteri or is it somebody different? Bunteri's rebel
No,
stuff.
Bonteri was one of the
Night
rebel-
Owls.
No, the other one.
That's an important question.
The Mandalorian cult, the Death Watch.
Ah,
Bonteri-
that's right. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Bonteri
He
was
was
in the
the
Death
younger
Watch.
from that.
Mhm.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which liked Ahsoka. He liked Ahsoka.
Yeah, the nephew liked Ahsoka, and Ahsoka liked him
He
back a
fancied
little bit
Ahsoka.
too.
She could have had some Mandalorian. Maybe that's where she's been for the
Maybe
original.
she did have some Mandalorian
Yeah,
in
there
her.
we go.
Sorry,
She's-
look at the
She
tongue.
said she was training Sabine.
Just which lightsaber?
Yeah, I was gonna say she
Ooh.
was off training Homeboy and into how to use his saber hilt.
I don't get me. Yeah, I don't like the whole idea of Sabine becoming a Jedi. To be honest,
You shut your mouth, Yorkshire geek.
Either.
like Jar Jar's kids.
You shut your mouth.
Oh, Steve.
I think I saw a meme about that this past week or something. I don't know, was it on side? I don't know where it
Yes.
was. Probably-
No, it was on prequel memes.
Okay, Misa been a bad girl or something.
yeah,
Is
I
what-
saw
yeah.
Anakin's the father, isn't he? No. What would you
Misa
say
been
if
a
I
bad
said
girl.
Misa been a bad girl? You.
Jesus.
That'd be
Oh,
a slimy debacle, they would say.
Yeah, definitely.
how rude.
How rude.
Nisa like this.
Yeah.
Hey, well, I mean, Jar Jar only. I'm just saying, it's not out of the realm of possibilities. Jar Jar, as we've seen in the Clone Wars, he only like dates queens.
It's true. It's true.
He's a queen handler, as they say.
Mhm.
He's a lover of queens. Can
He's
you
a
blame him?
He's a queen-alo.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Specifically, gigolo to queens.
He got that from Padme Amidala, though. He stole the look. I don't know.
Yeah.
As long as he gets wet, he's all right. Oh, jeez. Right, I'm going to move on. We'll come back to this after we've spoken about Alien Romulus. But we're going to take a look at the Alien Romulus trailer. I'll tell you what, I can't get enough of this trailer. The teaser.
It's so good.
Dude, it is
So good. It's amazing. It's just
All right.
enough.
Play that motherfucker, then we can talk because we're all ready to go anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oops. What? It's on Disney? Actually, it's going to be on Hulu, won't it? No, it's a movie. I'm lying. The Noah
Okay.
Hawley thing's on Hulu.
It'll be on Disney Plus. Wait, what? No,
Close your eyes.
I was on the wrong one. Just make sure it's the right one. Is
How did we get to Jar Jar's sex life? Very carefully, Mark. Very carefully.
very carefully.
It required
Honest.
it required following a meandering path.
Yes.
All right, let's look at this.
Let's get it.
Design so cool.
Billy Alvarez.
Run.
Hell yeah.
Is anybody going to live?
I don't know.
No, you know, I froze it here because there's one sexy thing about this image. What is it?
Everything.
Her lack of
It's
Adam.
it's the bloody pulse rifle, mate.
Oh yeah.
That's the sexy thing. I can't think of any other weapon in sci-fi that I love more
Really?
than a pulse rifle.
It's pretty cool.
I mean, pulse rifles are dope.
Awesome-looking weapon. And it's not far off the technology we have, right? So we're used to that type of tech. It's just a sexy rifle.
I mean,
It's
you're not
glorious.
wrong. You're not wrong.
And the sound it makes is so different. I actually watched a video years back. Some guy took a Thompson rifle, converted it, and made a real pulse rifle, 9mm, had a counter on it. And when he fired it in the desert, it sounded exactly like the one in the movie.
What?
I'm not even joking. So it kind of proves that they must have made some blank firing versions of that weapon. Real fireable weapons.
Wow.
That, or at least based it off of science, and when the science was literally applied, that surprise.
It actually fucking worked.
It actually works and sounded exactly the same as the
That's
movie.
crazy.
Just saying, Ridley Scott ain't perfect, sure, but damn, he has some great stuff. And there's a reason he has like a spot in the greats, you know.
Mhm.
And the fact that they're going back to practical effects, and was it the aliens? The alien have 8? Is it 8 puppeteers for one alien moving around?
Remember. I don't
it was
remember, but yeah, it was all practical.
I don't know, but
Well,
I love it. I love it.
I can't wait. I guess the question is, do you guys even want to see a full trailer, or is that just enough to get you to see it?
I would like a little more of the characters, maybe, but other than that, I'm good.
I'm just. That is enough for me.
I don't know if I want another trailer. If it were a different genre, if it was like leaning more into the sci-fi and not so much the horror, or if it was leaning more into the action, where I think it probably bridged the gap of the three pretty well, mostly because it leans into horror. If it were more sci-fi or more action, I'd say give me another trailer. But because it's horror,
you don't want to spoil it. You don't want to risk them giving us too
That's
much.
what I would worry about with the trailer.
I mean, with that teaser, there's enough blood. There's enough suspense there. We don't see a full alien, but we see a large number of facehuggers, which we've never seen before in Alien.
It just tickles your fancy. I liked it.
I think was it the most we've seen? I think it was in Alien vs Predator Requiem that we saw multiple facehuggers for the first time.
There was a shit ton of them in Requiem. Well, there was. Well, I mean, in the sacrifice room in the first one, you had what 4 or 5.
Yeah,
and then you saw her tripping out. Because a lot of the eggs she dropped hatched, and the chick had to flamethrow a shit ton of facehuggers that were coming at her. So, but yeah, in the actual straight alien lore, I don't think so.
No, but I know the facehuggers are different, but they're meant to be for a reason, and we know the reason is because they're the product of genetically engineered aliens, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we know a bit about the story, the history of it. But one of the questions that I've found that is being asked, and I've been curious about it as well, is I've got it written down, just so I didn't remember it. So the derelict in Aliens and Alien is quite a distance away from Hadley's Hope, right? So they spent a time traveling from Hadley's Hope to go there to get attacked by the facehugger and bring them to the colony, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I want to know is, would it have survived the blast from the atmospheric processor? And would Wayland Industries have sent a recovery ship afterwards to get those eggs? Do you think
From
that's
which movie? Which movie are we talking about between?
Sort of,
I'm trying to call it all up.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Because we know that they get aliens for Alien Resurrection from Alien 3, right? So at the end of Alien 3, they recover from the ashes of that furnace Ripley and alien DNA.
So, and that's like 60 years later, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, but actually, I worded the question wrong, because actually it should have been after the.
Should have been after the original Alien, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's where Romulus is set.
Should have been that, but what I worded it wrong because I was an idiot. But what I meant to say was after the Nostromo is destroyed, you got the alien floating around in space.
Mm.
Now, one of the questions was, did Weyland-Yutani send a ship and recover the alien floating in space?
Oh, I don't see any way they wouldn't have done that. If they would have sent a ship out, well, do they know specifically it's still floating, or did she just say she killed it? I think we need to know that first.
Yeah.
Or did she just say she blew it off the ship?
Yeah.
Because if she literally said, I blew it off the ship and it's just out there, then hell yeah, they're going to go look for it.
Mm.
If they think she just disintegrated it with the engine blast, they're not going to bother.
Yeah.
So it kind of comes down to the report, which we will never see because they never wrote that out. I guarantee that shit. So it's going to have to be headcanon, which if we're, I think we're all big enough fans, we'll twist it and we won't care.
Yes, I know. I was an idiot by getting it wrong way around.
Well, do we know exactly the purpose of this ship, of what it's doing? Because that literally could be the purpose of this ship.
The ship?
The
Romulus.
ship we see, the ship, the Romulus.
Romulus is a section of a space station.
Oh,
okay.
The space station has two sections. The section that is everything's happening in is Romulus. That's the name of the section of the space station. That's why it's Alien Romulus, because that's where they stored the aliens. There's
Oh,
another section called Remus, which ties it into Romulus and Remus.
So you're saying we're totally getting a duology out of this, and Fede Alvarez is coming in here with a "Don't
not.
Breathe" 1 and "Don't Breathe" 2, and I'm a fan.
I don't think so. I think Remus might more likely be the habitable place where the scientists may have slept, and and Romulus was the kind of the science part of it, the laboratories.
Okay.
Maybe, but obviously until we see it, we don't know.
See, that's the kind of shit a second small teaser could give us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't need to give us like, you know, a full 2.5 minute trailer. Just give us another minute like this one, but with a little bit of little bit of that information, and that's it. That's all you need. Like, yeah, just show us a little bit of who's going to get killed. I would like to know them first.
Just a little bit. I mean,
probably only be one survivor.
The who? What?
There'll probably be one survivor or something. There's a common thing with the Alien movies, because we know that he wanted to tie it into pretty much every single Alien film. So that's why there's they took the DNA back to the black goo from Prometheus and Covenant and stuff like that.
Ooh,
but he
I'll
wanted
bet
to
you
fill
that
in the
lab
gap.
has some engineer technology in it then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it's just, as far as I'm aware, it's a small connection to the reboots or prequels, whichever one you want to call them. But so it's not a huge connection, which is why people are not concerned with it. Because obviously, Covenant and Prometheus, they weren't very successful, were they? If you think about it, I mean,
overall, no,
not compared
to
to
the engineers or the filmmakers
we've always known. But you can't compare them because they were already set. They were automatically announced as being set in a different universe anyway. So it's a completely different chain of events, right? So it makes sense that if that was set in another universe, like they said, maybe this is just a link back to the fact that the aliens were genetically engineered.
Wait, Prometheus is in a different universe?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. I always thought Ridley Scott said it was directly correlative.
It was originally going to be a prequel, then it was a reboot, then it's a different universe. So it's all got tied up and mixed up together. I like to think of it as a separate universe, which is what it was originally said to be.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
because I always just thought that my understanding was it all takes place in the same timeline. The engineers obviously were way further forward, and then when their worry when they created humanity, and the reason they didn't like humanity was because they realized we were going to create false sentient life at the same time, aka David. So when we brought David to the planet to explore them, he created false sentient life, which ended up being the alien species to take us out. And then we, of course, David, I guess, sent aliens to the engineers' planet that was still living and wiped them out. So like it fulfilled their prophecy in a way and set the events of Alien in motion.
So I found an article by Boris Kitt from 2019 that directly relates to this. So let me share the screen. That one.
Oh, wait, what's going on?
Boom. So yeah, this is from November 5th, 2019 by Boris Kitt. And that dude, I don't know if you guys know who that is. He writes for THR now, and he has been dropping some big scoops lately. Big exclusive. So he's in. He knows his shit.
Attaway.
All right. So November 5th, 2019. 20th Century Fox delivered the goods Thursday, giving a packed Hall H a first glimpse at Prometheus, director Ridley Scott's return to the science fiction genre. Prometheus look begin, blah, blah, blah. Get to the freaking quotes. Okay. Here we go. What brought him back was a desire to answer a mysterious question that he was surprised no one had ever asked about the Alien movies. That question could be the centerpiece of what we just completed. This is Scott. That said, that is the only DNA from the first Alien, Scott said. Huh? So is Prometheus a prequel to Alien or not? You'll hopefully understand what I mean in the last few minutes of the movie, Scott said. So do I, quipped another. Oh, Damon Lindelof. Yeah, so does Fox, snorted Scott. Scott also, that's all sets and bullshit. So even Ridley Scott is not being completely forthright about how consequential Prometheus and Covenant are to the OGs. At least 4 years ago, he wasn't. I can try and find another article, but that's what we get right now.
That's the thing. It's a confusing thing with the Prometheus and that's,
Yeah.
I mean, I like to be proved wrong because, yeah, but I like
the concept of it.
Separate universe.
Mm-hmm. It's not a bad concept. It's just that the execution might not have been all the way there.
Yeah.
I didn't hate Prometheus and Covenant like anywhere near as much as a lot of Alien fans did, but I've never, admittedly,
I enjoyed them.
Admittedly, I've never been as much into the Alien lore as I have been into other lores. So like they couldn't have pissed me off as much as they did some fans of Alien. So but yeah, no, I like, well, of course, I'm also a Fassbender stan, so that helps too.
Yeah.
Hey, that man can do no wrong. But he needs to pick better movies, honestly, right now. He just needs to get back in the zeitgeist to something. But I liked Covenant a hell of a lot more than Prometheus. I didn't dislike Prometheus by any means. It was just, you had to watch it 2 or 3 times to actually even slightly understand what the hell was going on, was my really, really big issue with it. And it's not like one of those movies where you go back and find something new about what you were watching. It's like, okay, this was all there the first time, but now I have to watch it again to actually like understand it. That's my only problem with Prometheus. I think they're both good though.
Yeah. The only thing that was like really odd to me, I think it was at the end of, I can't remember if it was the end of Prometheus or Covenant, but I think it was Covenant, where like Fassbender's android dude like tucks all those xenomorph embryos into that storage thing, and then where the fuck did those all go?
No, that's the end of Prometheus.
Is that Prometheus? Okay.
Yeah, that's where he sends everything back to the home planet of the engineers, and he wipes the entire species out.
Ah, okay.
So the people that made humans, he killed.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, I remember now. I was getting.
That's why I think they are in the same timeline, and that's why the confusion happens. Or confusement, is that a word? Confusion happens. Confusement. I like it. I'm gonna take it. But yeah, it gets confusing because it's like, where is everything actually like sitting, and you have to like connect the dots on your own instead of it being guided upon in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest problem is they're leaving us too much, or they're not giving us enough information for us to connect it, and we're having to think about it way too much as fans. Like we're not supposed to be writing the fucking story for you, Bri.
David just made a good point. He said I liked them both, but they dragged on a bit.
Oh yeah, they were definitely slow.
I think part of that is each one of the movie's climaxes are things like philosophical, conceptual things instead of like boom, boom, shoot, shoot, have fun, flamethrower a bunch of aliens like we kind of want and expect from a movie like that. Mm-hmm. I like the conceptual aspect of things, but it bogs it down a bit too.
Yeah.
Hey, can you bring that trailer up one more time? Let's get into that bitch. It's only a minute and there's details.
Yeah.
Let's get into that motherfucker. Put on your swimming caps, bitches, because here we fucking go. Looks so good. All right,
and I love
let this play. Just let this part.
The aesthetics.
Stop when we get to the what do you call them? Hibernation pods.
Yep. Shortly. The aesthetic in this is incredible.
The aesthetic, the set design.
All right.
There we go.
Oh my god! Like, I watched I watched a couple other reviews of this trailer on the other channels, on a couple other channels too, and they were like, the sets are fucking perfect. The feel of them, the design of them, everything is like a complete callback to Alien, and I was like, you know
It
what?
fits in between. It's just different enough to be in between the films.
Yep. And then I literally that night went and rewatched the OG Alien, and I'm like, motherfucker, they did nail it.
Yeah, and that's something they did on. They
nailed it.
They did it purposely. They didn't want to change anything. So from what I can understand, the tech, any computer screens and that is going to be very similar to the ones in Alien and Aliens.
Yeah.
It's going to be like,
well, you could see that in the
Like,
first hallway. They're panning backwards on. You saw there were some monitors on the side.
Yeah,
and they looked like they came from fucking 1980.
Yeah, and I think it makes sense to have that old tech because it's easier to move around because it's big, it's bulky. So anything breaks, it can be replaced. Whereas with modern day tech, if they put like a flat screen in the wall, then that one thing breaks inside that, they got to replace the whole thing. Whereas with a big screen TV or something, they can replace some of the parts inside. So it's not
totally.
Yeah,
it's,
sure.
I think
My buddy had
a
a Tesla.
modular thing.
Yep.
So modular makes sense, especially with space travel.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that was just the first thing that stood out to me, though, was like, holy shit, this, for the most part, it basically just looks like they took the first one and just went in and digitally cleaned it up and then put it back. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it does. The aesthetic is absolutely incredible. The sets look amazing. Everything looks perfect.
Especially all that blood in that one over there, you know?
That's the other thing I wanted to bring up because I already have a theory. I think this is the ship, like I think Quest is right. They already have, all kinds of fun, nasty xenomorph shit going on in Romulus. But I think that's another ship that was supposed to be bringing some back, and somebody got face hugged and they didn't realize it because that pod looks like where the first one
Interesting. So
got
you think
born.
this could be like the opening sequence of the movie?
Yeah,
ship arriving at the station.
You know, it'd be even more fun if the name of that ship was Demeter. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
like that, like an alien arrived on that ship, Dracula style.
It's the last voyage.
Yeah, that would actually be pretty cool if that was like the opening sequence and you're panning through the corridors and you get to the stasis pods and you see a blood and that's just the opening sequence, but you don't see anything other than that. You don't see anything, you don't hear anything. You got that creepy alien audio like they put in here on purpose. is very there's purpose to everything they've done, and I love the look of it. I love the feel of it, and the fact that it's enough for me to say 100%. I'm going to go and see that. I don't need another trailer.
No, I'm in.
Nice to have another teaser, like you said, to just see something about the cast, some more of the cast. But that's it. I don't want to see the alien, or aliens. I just want to see a little bit more. Maybe one of the cast dead on the floor or something with a hole in their chest. Maybe.
That cool. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to put on a broad-based trailer though.
Yeah, maybe a Red Band trailer, but.
Yeah, I mean, oh god, if they put out a Red Band trailer,
maybe put in a scene of an alien dancing on a counter, singing a song.
If Aaron, your film theory comes to fruition with the Demeter or something like that, just if the ship comes in and is bringing that, and that's the entire sequence we just saw.
Demeter or Demeter?
Don't want another trailer, if that makes sense.
You don't?
If that's the case, I don't, because then we could jump into the movie like
bright-eyed,
bushy-tailed in a way, not so bright-eyed, bushy-tail, I guess, because we just watched a whole bunch of crew members die. But
you don't know, David. It shouldn't be called the Mary Rose.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously someone died in some form in that hibernation chamber, whether it was because of an alien birth or because the alien was already loose while people were still asleep or just waking up. And that was the first one they got a hold of and did a really efficient job with. But it's one of the two.
That frame didn't look like anything was like broken glass-wise or anything.
No, yeah, true.
Bring it back up. No, it looks like they're just open. The lids are up.
Okay, well then that has to be a birth then.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Maybe this could be the opening sequence, like we said, like a
I
thought.
like that a lot.
But they're all open because maybe there'll be something on a black box or something like a recording. We woke up through an emergency situation, that sort of thing. Containment breach, maybe on the just sort of in the background, like a radio signal, like Ripley sent out after escaping.
Yeah,
but like a staticky one, that would be cool.
Well, I mean, the only reason I really think this is the ship is because why would you need hibernation pods on a space station? Like the crew will be there.
It's the only reason would be for medical reasons.
Yeah.
Like an injury so bad they need to put in stasis so they can get to a better facility. But if it's a research station, then they'll have the facilities to deal with it, wouldn't they? So it kind of makes sense now to think about it as it being on a ship.
On the ship or the station?
On the ship.
On the ship, yeah.
Yeah, because on the station they wouldn't need it because they're orbiting a planet that they've got a colony on, right? So
yeah, exactly.
And the fact that it's a research station, they have the medical resources there anyway because it's research, isn't it? So why wouldn't they?
Yeah, they'll have they'll have a full suite there for sure. Basically a hospital. That's what they would have.
Or maybe the stasis chambers are on the station and they're storage containers for impregnated people.
Oh, and something went wrong in the fridge. I like that. That's good. That's good too.
Maybe that one with all the blood is where is maybe a malfunctioned one which didn't stop the growth of the alien.
Yep.
Possible.
Or maybe it's just not designed to stop the growth of an alien embryo and more so a human embryo, and just threw them off guard and threw everything awry.
Well, that's possible, but I would have thought that the stasis would be there to prevent anyone from
any living thing. Yeah.
I don't even think xenomorphs with all their badassness are immune to cryogenic temperatures.
No,
that would be one of the better ways to take them out. Realistically, slow the movements down enough where they're just finally.
They get cold enough, they start to hibernate, that sort of deal. But they don't die; they stay alive. But so when they thaw out or warm up, then they're back. They're alive again. So. Because that's the feeling I get from.
And we've already seen the news.
We've seen that in Alien vs Predator. Yeah, the Queen. She was hibernating because she was so cold, wasn't she?
Yep.
Yeah, so we've seen it.
Yep. It technically is an AVP, so that is for sure the alternate timeline. But it's still dope. It's still dope, and they can adapt it if they choose.
Is it though? Because that could tie into. I mean, obviously he's tying everything into this movie. So
yeah,
Wayland Industries.
I mean, he
must have known about the aliens before the first film.
Yeah, they would have had to know before the original Alien or before Prometheus.
Before the original Alien.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They would have had to have a reason
to give
other than the signal.
Yeah, to give dude his commands.
Yeah, they would have had to know to put Ash on the ship with those specific programs, right?
Yes.
So.
Or at least
every single android has that command embedded in their system.
I was about to say, unless it was just an embedded subroutine that Mother triggered when she got the signal.
Yeah, because we saw something with Bishop in Aliens, didn't we? There was something there that gave the impression when he's got looking through the I can't think of the word microscope at the facehugger on the thing. You see it. He hesitates when that Marine comes up behind him and says, "Bishop, is everything all right? Can I get you something else?"
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is Bishop not the same actor as Wayland in AVP?
Yeah.
Isn't that Lance Henriksen?
Yeah.
Thought so.
In Alien 3 as well.
Yeah.
I'm not Bishop the android.
Poor Lance Henriksen. I don't know why he keeps agreeing to do Alien movies. He just dies in every single one.
Well, Fassbender too, in a way.
That's true. That's true. That's just kind of funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this this is a definite everything I can put up trailer.
I want to go back to the trailer because I want to pause it when we see the facehuggers come through that.
Yeah.
Run.
Yeah.
Damn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I see 7 right now.
That's the most we've ever seen, I think.
Well, I think 3 on both sides, and then do those front 2 count as talons, or do they count as legs.
I think that they're talking about them having barbs on their feet as well, on their legs, so that when they lock on, they think so they're going to be they're different anyway, which is what implies that these are genetically engineered ones, so manipulated DNA.
So these are
So yeah, I think it's looking more and more like it's not that ship. Like I think it's the station.
This is the station, yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
There's going to be a
But-
breakout.
But the scene we have in this where we have the stasis chamber, that's got to be either the ship
Yes.
or a specimen storage facility where they've got impregnated people.
Yep. And that specimen storage would be on the space station. So I would think, so the scientists have access to it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, speculation is brilliant, isn't it?
Oh, it's so much. It's so much fun to be able to speculate on what they'll do right instead of speculating on what they're going to do wrong, like we have to do with other things.
Oh yeah.
And we've had to do with alien stuff in the past. I'm just glad that
Think about
it's
it this
right.
way, if they didn't say at some point that the aliens or the facehuggers are different for a reason, we would be complaining about this because they don't look right.
Right. Yeah.
True.
We'd be like, they're supposed to be yellow. They're supposed to have one of those things, one abdomen coming off, not two, and that sort of thing. We'll be complaining about it. But because we know, we accept it and we think it makes sense. What they say makes sense. It makes 100% sense. We know that they're manipulating the DNA because they did it in Alien 3.
Yeah. So why would they not be doing it already now?
Exactly.
And if we'd seen, talking about just Prometheus and the Covenant, if that is tying into everything, they've been doing it since the beginning of all of it. So they might as well still be doing it.
Yep.
I mean, I joked a second ago, but these very well might be David's aliens.
Could be.
My only problem is that I don't do cinema. So trying to avoid all the talk until it comes out on streaming. Wish they released it at cinema and pay-per-view at the same time.
Yeah. Black Widow. Black Widow. Case closed.
Well, Dune literally lost. It made all the money it made. Dune 2 made all the money Dune 1 made in a week and a half by just going to theaters. Ooh, that's a great idea.
I've got to do that. I'm doing it anyway because I'm actually doing live watch alongs. So I'm actually
You've been doing a lot. They've all been good too.
Yeah. I've got Predator 2 on Friday. I think it's Predator 2. I think it's Friday. Yeah, I'm doing Predator 2 on Friday. So I've done Alien through Predator. So I'm doing them all in release order. So
what's up, Peter?
It's gonna be fun. So yeah.
But also, I love you, David. But if you're going to wait 3 months, I know you're 45 minutes to an hour away from a cinema. But if you're going to wait 3 months for it, why not just take a weekend, take a day or something? Like take a Saturday for yourself and go see 2 or 3 movies or something.
I have a similar problem. My problem is that most movies only come out for a week in the cinema where I am. So I've got a limited amount of time before I can actually miss it.
Yeah, that makes it difficult.
So rumors are scientists are experimenting with the engineer's black goo, but that's just rumor. Well, technically it is rumor, but the way is that they are experimenting with the black goo, but they genetically go back to it through the DNA itself. So it's not actually the engineer's black goo. It's taking the genetics back to it. So, yeah. The CGI.
What? I don't know. I like the idea because obviously Ian Holm was a freaking android, so he could technically come back whenever.
I'm actually glad that they're going to do it.
Are they for sure going to do it?
I think so. I mean, we haven't seen it in the trailer, obviously, but that model is supposed to also be a teacher, right? Because I think he's supposed to be a teacher for the kids in the colony on the planet when they escape. So he might not be in it for long, but he might just have like a appearance before they leave because they steal that ship to go to the station.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's better because my little confusion there was I don't mind them
Supposedly,
obviously using a
don't quote me on
siege
that, because I
cruiser
hate seeing
home.
them.
Yeah, kind of like a Tarkin or something, you know.
Yeah.
But like same thing, like Tarkin, you can't. It's not that you can't, but it'd be much more difficult to have Ian Holm like running around the ship trying to escape these things instead of like teaching a class, and then maybe a face hugger gets him or something, you know. And then you see like a torn apart android later on or something. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, we know there's an android on the station. I can't remember who it is. Who's it supposed to be? Because I think Ian Holmes' android is supposed to be Rook, isn't it? Yeah. So, who's the one? Who's the black android on the station? I can't remember who it was going to be.
Well, I don't know. Who are all the androids we know of?
God, I haven't watched anything past Alien 2 in forever, so or Aliens. I should.
Well, in
say.
Alien 3, doesn't Ripley become an android, or at least partly an android, or something like that?
I think that's how they
She is
brought
an
her. Didn't they bring her back? Isn't that how they brought her back for 4?
No,
Yeah,
it's
an
genetic
android,
clone. She was a clone, and they messed up because she had alien DNA in hers as well, which is why she has acidic blood.
Isn't she also excessively strong?
Yes.
Thanks to that. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Interesting.
So she's
Like I
even
said, I
more
got
a hindrance for the aliens.
Peter, they just have to get permission from the estate. That's all.
Yep.
And most estates, even if I mean, think about it. If your parent or your uncle or your grandparent had died and someone comes to you and says, hey, we have enough of their videos and enough of their photos and enough just data and footage of them to put something together, and we will pay your family $250,000 to do it, or $500,000.
They can't do it without permission. So.
No one's going to say no, you know.
No.
Very
Some
few.
people will, but yeah.
Very few.
Very few.
Yeah.
And she can play basketball like a motherfucker.
She doesn't play basketball. She is basketball.
Damn right.
She dominates.
They've renamed basketball to just Ripley ball.
Mm-hmm.
Rightfully so.
Well, at least they didn't bother with netball. Same game, different rules, right?
Something like that.
Except we don't have a backboard in netball.
Ooh.
And it's mostly played by girls, them or they. Just trying to be correct right now.
Now, what about cricket and baseball?
What about
Is that your netball to your basketball? Cricket to baseball? Or baseball to cricket? You got options.
What about rugby to American football?
David, sorry. I just leaned down. I saw white women can jump, and I couldn't help it.
Oh,
Jesus. 3D printed everything.
I mean,
Hmm.
I've seen some hellish shit people 3D print, man.
I love that we're kind of in a state of society or human existence where the closer we get, as long as we have filament, we can make anything.
Steve has answered your question. So baseball is rounders, but technically baseball is a combination of rounders and cricket.
Really?
Rounders don't last as long as cricket, but baseball does. Except baseball doesn't last 3 days or a week, does it? Like cricket.
No.
It lasts a day still, though, and that's too damn much.
What is the? You know what? I'm just for shits and giggles. I'm gonna look up the record for the longest baseball game.
It's gonna be like 2-3 days or something. They just kept that ninth inning just kept going on, you know.
And as for the longest cricket game, I think it's still going.
Their ancestors have taken it up for them.
It's taking it a bit too far, if you ask me. Not everything's a game of cricket.
Okay, here we go.
Last trailer after that.
A 25-inning game between the Chicago White Sox and the Milwaukee Brewers on May 8th, 1984.
20, how many?
25. It took 8 hours and 6 minutes to complete over 2 days. So they probably played like 12, 13, 14 innings the one, and then another 10, 11 or so the next day, I would imagine.
I think in cricket they play until they can't see the ball anymore. Seriously, right? They would schedule it on TV it will start in the morning, and it would switch channels mid through the day, because otherwise the channel will lose money by not showing programs. But they put it on a second channel, like it would move. Say it would move from BBC One, where it's been for like 4 or 5 hours, then it'll move to BBC Two, so that BBC One can continue its regular broadcasting, and then it'll continue for however long it takes.
Is that them trying to get you to go to the BBC Two and support it too?
Well, no, they all get the money from the same place, TV license.
Oh, that's true. They're all funded, I guess, and not costly per se.
BBC don't advertise, apparently.
They don't advertise at all?
Well, they never used to. There used to be a thing when I was a kid. I used to watch some shows from, I think it was like in the 70s, where whenever they had branded stuff, they'd have like a cereal box, and it would actually be a blank label, but it would still have the image of the actual branded cereal, but it would just cover up the brand and the name. So when they pour out something like Kellogg's cornflakes, it'll be like a bowl with some cornflakes in it, but then the cockerel will be covered up.
That works, I guess.
But when I was younger, all they would do is just start showing stuff on screen. There'd be Heinz baked beans on the shelf and stuff like that. So they still advertise, but I don't think they get money through that advertising. They get it through in between programs. So
interesting. Okay,
as well as the TV license. So it's not like they don't have an income if they do away with the TV license, which is what people want them to do. We don't see why we should have to pay extra just to watch crap. So, and even sports is moving away from BBC, so not good for them.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Now you can press the red button. Ooh, yeah. Right. Is there anything else in that trailer? Because I just want to watch it again.
Just watch it.
Just watch it. Analyze the last 20 seconds of it, 30 seconds of it.
You are?
Yeah, let's do her. Just
yeah. Well, let's start from scratch. That's Can't get enough of this. There's something I want to talk about.
That flare?
Yeah. Now, is he discarding that flare because he wants to light that corner up, or is it because it's run down?
I read it down. I read that it's actually a distraction for the xenomorphs.
Do they like body heat or something?
Yeah, it's an infrared thing. There's pseudo.
Does the xenomorph see an infrared though?
I don't know.
I don't think we do.
I wish I could remember where the hell I read it or heard it.
Because I could imagine that they sense the things around them they don't see, because they don't actually have any visual eyes. So I thought that maybe they have sensory input rather than visual. So the heat, although they would get something on their senses for the heat, they're not actually following it. Maybe echo sound or soft echo location, kind of like bats or something. But we don't really see much of it. I think we do see in Alien 3, we see what they show as through the alien's vision, right? This kind of like tunnel vision type thing. But I don't think that's real. I just think that's there for just so that we can see from that angle. That's the part where in Alien 3 where he's climbing the walls and ends up on the ceiling.
Yeah.
It's been too long since I watched that one.
Yeah. It's not the best one. It doesn't make sense. Should it exist?
Yeah, no, my first thought when I saw the flare was, I'm just glad they're lighting up this hallway. There's too many dark things. Like, I just can't see the damn thing.
Yeah, but that's the feel from the originals, isn't it? it's dark. It's meant to be dark. It's meant to be hard to see. So, but I'm wondering if it's this dark on purpose so that we don't see too much. Because shortly, I'll see if I can bring it up.
Yeah, I found a whole interview with Fede Alvarez. If you're interested,
but here, you see my cursor.
Yep.
Yeah, around here, when she's running past this section, I'm pretty sure I see something move across here, like a shadow in the trailer. So I'm wondering if that's why it's dark, because there is something there. Because I think this is unnecessarily dark, right?
Uh-huh.
This is too dark. We don't need it this dark unless they're hiding something.
That or it's the cheapest way to film it.
Well, still,
Justin, howdy.
They've got the lights on behind the grills, and that's a waste of energy. That's a waste of light. I mean, would they waste that on set?
Hey, Justin.
I don't know.
Hey, Justin. I don't know if can I slow it down enough? I don't know if it'll slow down enough. I'm going to slow it down to 0.5 and see if.
No, I
I
see what you're talking about.
I'm pretty sure there's something there that moves in the opposite direction, but it's hard to make out. I'm sure it was. I could be wrong. I don't mind being wrong.
Well, no, what you said makes perfect sense. Because if not, they're probably just being cheap and hiding as much as possible.
I might be wrong. Here's that android.
Yep. Well, the android's a dude.
I'm going to mute it a second. But there is a scene where we see him from the front. I like that we see that one. Oh, there we go. Just missed it. That's the android.
Yep, that's David Thompson.
Yeah.
Is that the actor's name?
Yeah. Well, what I shared down there in the bottom is a full interview with Fede Alvarez where he talks about the trailer. Yeah, that.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
David Johnson used to be a basketball player for the Nuggets. Cool.
And this is just from like Wednesday.
Yeah.
So, yeah, here we go. Following a mysterious gestation period, the long-awaited teaser trailer for Alien Romulus has burst online, promising a back-to-basics return to the sheer terror of Ridley Scott's 1979 sci-fi classic Alien. Technically an interquel. Oh, they got a word for fucking everything now, don't they?
I've never heard that one.
Yeah, I know. Technically an interquel that takes place between Alien and Aliens during Ripley's 57 years in hypersleep. The film stars a white-hot cast of up-and-comers, including Priscilla's Kaylee Spaney, David Johnson, who we just saw, Isabella Merced, Archie Renault, Spike Fern, and Eileen Wu. Speaking to Total Film days before the trailer finally emerged from the shadows, director and co-writer Fede Alvarez is in high spirits. I couldn't be more excited, the Evil Dead and Don't Breathe filmmaker says. Now, I haven't seen Don't Breathe, but Evil Dead, I love. He stayed so true to the original, the concepts, I should say. I fucking love it. So, and that also has me excited for this too. The way he treated Evil Dead, as well as treated Evil Dead, I guarantee
you would really like Don't Breathe as well.
He's going to use the same amount of care with this, I'm pretty sure. So that's another reason I'm excited.
Cool.
I couldn't be more excited. He says, this is officially the first interview since making this movie. I haven't told anybody anything about it yet. But like a pharyngeal jaw puncturing a skull, TF is armed with probing questions to ensure the secrets spill forth. Total Film is what that is. Not seen the tantalizing, terrifying teaser yet? Go watch it, then come back to learn about the Nostromo-inspired design choices, how the title's mythological underpinnings connect to the film, the extensive use of practical creature effects, what's going on behind that Romulus lab door, and how the filmmakers gave Kaylee Spaney's new hero an entrance worthy of Sigourney Weaver's Ripley. All right, here we get some Q&A now. The first thing anyone watching the new trailer will be struck by is how your film's retro-futuristic production design recalls the Nostromo. Is it your hope that Romulus will feel of a piece with Ridley Scott's Alien? It was the era I was most interested in when we were thinking about making this movie and were suddenly faced with so many choices. Where do you start? That's what I wanted it to be, that era of science fiction, and particularly that physical space of the first movie. So it starts there, honestly. And there were narrative reasons why. It takes place 20 years after the first film. Technology in the world of Alien can change vastly, but I think it's not dependent on time. It's dependent on place, where you are. So the characters of this movie and the world are very blue collar. The technology is still very low tech and analog. And look, I'm a kid from the 80s. Any monitor with some VHS tracking issues puts a lot of joy in my heart. I mean, fair.
I feel that.
Yeah. Is the meaning behind the name Romulus explored in the film? It is, absolutely. It's based on the Romulus and Remus myth. If people aren't familiar, it's the creation myth of Rome. Romulus killed Remus. It's not a siblinghood that went down the right path. Alien Romulus is a film about siblinghood. A lot of the character stories are related to siblinghood. As you may know, Weyland-Yutani, which is the big company in the Alien movies, has this obsession with Rome and imperialist iconography. You really have to go deep into the canon, but a lot of the planets and a lot of names come out of the early Roman Empire, either from rivers or cities. And there's a station where most of the story takes place. It's called the Renaissance Station, and it's made of two big models that are connected. One is Remus, the other one is Romulus, and that's as much as I can tell you. There's a voice that we hear halfway through the trailer saying, "Run." Is that David Johnson's character, and is he an android? I felt I could detect a telltale android inflection in his delivery. That is correct. That is David Johnson, yes. If he's an android or not, you should watch the movie. Can you tell that from the current trailer? I don't know. But yeah, he's very assertive and cold in his delivery. He's a fucking android, bro. Just say it. Just say it, Fede. Just say it. All right. One of the first shots we see after establishing the Renaissance is a swarm of facehuggers bursting through a door. How much are you utilizing CGI versus practical creature effects? Ooh, here's the juice, boys. Here's the juice. Just like anybody else, I've been appalled by bad CG in movies that have ruined my experience of it. But I'm not against it. I think you have to do whatever's best for the shot, and whatever technique does it better, you do it. We went to crazy extents in this movie to do things practically. We had Weta Workshop doing a lot of the facehuggers. And not only that, we brought back the guys that worked on Aliens. Shane Mahan, who sculpted the Queen's head himself, was the one in charge of building all the xenomorphs for our movie. And when I say build, we built them. We did full animatronics for all the creatures in the movie. It was one of the best experiences of my career just to see these guys that I admire so much back working together. There were moments when we'd need 9 puppeteers to make a creature work. And you had all those guys now in their 60s under the table. And I'm there with them because there's not enough hands. I got to be under the table puppeteering these things with the guys that worked on the original Aliens. So that's been the best part. And then CG just comes when you really go, oh, if we do something here, we could do something really cool that the puppets never could. And you go there. But we really tried and we really succeeded. Bro, bringing those people back is sick. Mm-hmm. This is going to look so good.
Oh, yes.
All right.
That's what I should do, though. I should always bring back some of the original cast, crew. Cast not necessary. Crew is important.
Yeah, if you're looking for a specific feel and aesthetic, you need the people that created that shit, if possible. That's
it's not like The Expanse. If they carried on with The Expanse, they would need to bring that crew back.
Yep.
Because no other crew would be able to do it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Did that commitment extend to the sets as well? We went out of our way to build our sets. There are no set extensions, which means what, Harris?
No, sorry. I totally started watching the ad in the bottom right corner. I saw the dude jump off a building, put a parachute, and smack his face on the ground. And I totally got distracted for like 10 seconds.
All right. So in terms of how the natural whatever commitment extends to the sets, we went out of our way to build our sets. There are no set extensions. What the freak is a set extension?
Like, I guess maybe, let me, what's the context of it today usually? Yeah, that's what CG extensions, like stuff that you would put on set to like have, that you know that you're not going to build out.
Oh, okay. So they just throw down a couple curtains on the edges and fill it in post.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. It's like, okay, we don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but here's your like frame of reference kind of deal. Just your structure.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh yeah. Next sentence. If I just keep reading, Jesus fuck. Okay. Today, usually you build the minimum amount and you extend in CG. For me, it's really about me traveling there physically and being there. I was in that station which you saw in the trailer. I spent the best part of last year in that place. Yeah. You want to show up in the morning and go, wow, and look down the hallways, and it goes as far as you can see in both directions. You can get lost walking inside those sets, which is the way Ridley described the set of the Nostromo. Excuse me. You can walk around the whole thing and get lost in there trying to find your way out. That definitely happened here. We built everything until the last corner. In that respect, it was all old techniques. A lot of the approaches to effects, they were all based on way more old school approaches to movie making. I love this. I love all of this.
Mm-hmm.
The trailer features a brief shot of a door that has the words Romulus Lab, a Weyland-Yutani logo, and a wolf on the front. Is that a further connection to the Romulus myth and a hint that some kind of experimentation has been taking place aboard the Renaissance? Yes, that's the Romulus and Remus creation myth, where the she-wolf gave them their special strength to build Rome. Weyland-Yutani, the company, they're obsessed with xenomorphs. It's one of my favorite parts of the movie, the mystery of what's beyond being chased by a creature. It is a research station. That's what the Renaissance station is, or used to be. If you want a spoiler, you won't see the Renaissance operating in its prime, but yes, there's some experimentation going on in the station. Really, the movie is a survival horror, just like the first one. At the core of it, that's what the movie is. It's my favorite kind of horror when all you have to do is survive it. But there are many kinds of Alien fans out there, and I love a lot of the aspects of these movies. I love the mystery of what the company is trying to do, things that have to do with the creature, things that go beyond just running around and trying not to die. So for people who like that, like me, they will definitely find a good story. Kaylee Spaney's character gets a hero's entrance in the trailer. Is that a pulse rifle she's carrying? And is the shot a conscious homage to Ripley stepping out of the cargo elevator on her way to the Queen's Nest in Aliens?
He confirmed that it is a pulse rifle. It's a previous model.
Yes, and yes, it is a pulse rifle. You have to think that our movie is decades before Aliens. So the pulse rifle, as people know from Aliens, has not been invented yet. We can go really deep into the canon rabbit hole, but the pulse rifle was invented a few years before Aliens by this in general. This is a precursor, but it's technically pulse technology, what she's holding. And yes, of course, the story called for a moment when she was coming out of an elevator. And obviously, you don't just walk out of an elevator casually in an Alien movie.
No, you don't.
Right? So when we were about to do it, we all knew if you walk out the elevator, it better be an incredible shot. So we took a lot of care, making sure that she stepped out of the elevator in the coolest possible way. What is her name? They call her Rain, but her real name you'll see in the movie. It's Rains with an E and an S. Do you see Rains in the lineage of Ripley, the resourceful, capable every woman overcoming the odds? Everything is related and different at the same time. As fans, the thing you always want with these movies is the same thing again, but different. That's usually how you want to approach these characters. She's a younger character. All the characters are very young. That was inspired by the beginning of the extended cut Aliens. There's a shot that really inspired the whole story where you can see all the kids running around the corridor on Hadley's Hope. I always thought, wow, what would it be like for those kids to grow up in a terraforming colony that still needs another 50 years to be habitable? You're probably going to take the same job as your parents. What's the hope? I thought, wouldn't it be great to catch up with those characters? Not exactly those characters, but that type of young kid growing up in a Weyland-Yutani shake and bake colony and see how their life would be when they reach their early 20s. What do they want out of life? Do they want to stay there and do what their parents did, work the mines, work the farms, and that's it? Or do they want more out of life? That's what kickstarted the whole journey of this character. It was something I was always fascinated with. Maybe it's because I'm from Uruguay and the idea of growing up in a place where you know how far you can get and the things that happen there and the things that will never happen there. So at the time, I was always connected with those characters. Ridley Scott is a producer on the film and had high praise when you screened it for him. Does Romulus pick up any plot threads from his Alien prequels? Here we go. This is the way the movie works. If you haven't seen any Alien movie ever, you'll have a great time. You won't feel like you're missing out on anything. But if you've seen one or more, oh boy, you'll have a blast. At least I hope you will. The reality is that it is a standalone story, but it's filled with references to every movie. It is truly a love letter to all the other movies. I have my favorites, but I love them all. Every time I went to the theater to watch an Alien movie, I had an experience that would stay with me all my life. Even the ones where I'm like, I'm not sure that's what I wanted, they still stay with me. So the movie has connections with absolutely all of them in their own way. The experts will be able to tell, oh, that's from this is from over there. Maybe it's a piece of gear. Maybe it's a reference to a story that is connected. Maybe it's a character that is actually connected to another character from those movies. It's truly filled with it. I did this with Evil Dead back in the day. When we made that movie, it was really about making sure that it didn't matter if you'd seen previous Evil
They
Dead
are
movies.
precious.
They are precious, though. But if you knew, you'd feel it was tailor-made for you. So again, if you haven't seen any of the Alien movies, you'll have a great time. Well, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. If I wasn't already convinced by that teaser, I am extra convinced now.
Yeah. August 16th.
Yeah, see, so Prometheus and Covenant, they're going to tie in just simply by the black goo, right? That's what I'm getting from that, because he said they're all going to have their own little bit.
Yep. Yeah,
So,
he said it could be something as simple as, one piece of gear. So like a fucking helmet or something.
Yeah.
Well, if it's a big lab, Romulus is a lab, they might have a piece of engineer equipment that they're like re-engineering or something. Like it's just a piece of gear.
It's a weapons division research station, isn't it? So that pulse rifle could be the prototype.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, so it would make sense.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: how, for a U.S. Marine, how old are the weapons that they use? The design, I mean, they use the AR-15 or the M4 now, don't they?
They never used AR.
Or the M4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how often they update their weaponries.
Yeah, because it was the M16 until the M4, right? Something like that.
Yeah, they wanted the reliability.
I mean, they use the M16 for fucking ever, though. Like, they've had that since Vietnam.
Yeah.
That's the American AK in a lot of ways.
It really is.
Yeah.
That is our AK. It's our classic machine gun.
It's the Jeep of guns.
It's still 5.56 on the M16. I can't remember if it was 5.56. I know the M4 is. And the AR-15. Pretty sure it's a 5.56, isn't it? But I liked Barrett. They did a replacement for the M4 or the AR. The Barrett 6.56. Mid-range caliber between the 5.56 and the 7.62. Had more stopping power than an AK-47, more range than an AK-47, and was
the Army was getting two new rifles from Sig Sauer as of April 20th, 2022, the XM5 and the XM250 automatic.
Well,
so yeah.
We've just the British Army have just adopted a new variant of the L85, which is they went from 7.62 to 5.56. I think they've converted the magazines as well, so that we can use M4 mags.
Full Metal Jacket.
Hey-o.
Actually, I think it was brass.
No, I'm just
Brett
or copper heads.
No, I just had. God damn it! Now I'm brain farting on the movie.
Full Metal Jacket.
Yes, thank you. That was the name of the movie. Jesus fuck. But yeah, I was having a Full Metal Jacket moment, saying the name of the movie and forgetting I actually just said the name of the fucking movie.
Kubrick designed it that way purposefully, of course.
Peter's right. The 911 pistol, the Colt 45 911 was originally in 1890s because they had a prototype variant which didn't look the same.
Yep.
Oh, really?
As well, they had the pistol grip and then the magazines at the front of the prototype, and it had the 6 shots. No, 7. It had 7 shots.
Ooh.
Which
that's a good way. That's a good way to fuck with people, man. They see you coming at them with a revolver, they count 6, and they're like, "Ha ha!"
It's like, I waste these 6. Yeah, that'd actually be a really funny little, like, not funny, but it'd be a good scene in something. Like a surprise.
And the best variant of the 1911 I can think of is the one that they use in Wick, John Wick. It's the Sand Viper.
Cool.
That's his that pistol that he has when he's going up the steps,
and then going back down, and then going back up,
and then going back down, then up,
going back up, down.
You idiot! You didn't shoot.
he's so focused on walking, he's not shooting. Then he's focused on shooting and not walking. And then whenever those aren't happening, he's falling.
Yeah.
In service still, over 100 years. Yep.
Yep.
Does it surprise you?
Yeah. Surprised the Porsche
I
911
think
was
the British Browning HP is still in service now, but they're moving towards using Smith and Wessons or Smith and Wesson. I think it's a Smith and Wesson.
They still fuck around with the PKs.
Yeah, I think so.
Give me that Bond gun.
We all know what the best gun ever was, right?
What, the original Colt
P90.
Oh, P90, right?
P90.
Yeah, right.
The P90X.
There we go.
Yeah.
Prototype version of a new version of the P90.
Oh, cool.
Might not be able to see many images of it though.
Well, I already got my
with
up
Asgard
real quick.
technology.
I'll Google it real quick. PX. Oops. P90.
We need the P90 with Asgard technology, and it'll be the best.
Yeah.
Let me correct that. Stargate.
Yeah, all I can think about is watching the Alien trailer teaser again.
Right, I know. Okay,
It's just
well,
one of those things you just want to watch it over and over. It's crazy.
Just see what else you can find, like little things in shadows and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah. Let me refresh the page. I want to see how many likes versus dislikes it's got.
Pew pew.
140,000 likes, 8,200
what
dislikes.
There's 8,200
Who the hell
dislikes
could
on the
dislike
Alien
that?
trailer. There's 8,200.
Those are just
dislikes on-
8,200 people that don't like scary movies.
Oh,
They
8,200.
thought it was going to be something
8,200.
8,200 mouth breathers. Fuck.
different.
Well, yeah.
While we're thinking about Alien, are y'all excited about the Noah Hawley Alien TV series that's coming out later this year or early next year? One of the two.
In a way.
Really?
Sorry, I was reading.
Did you see Legion?
No,
Fargo?
I need to go back and watch Legion. You're talking like the Xavier's Kid show, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
The
No, I need to
X-Men
go
show.
back. Yeah, I need to go back and watch that one.
The guy that made that and the guy that made the Fargo TV show that's going on right now still, he is doing an Alien TV series as well. That's I think is supposed to tie in to everything.
Yeah, they were announced around about the same time as well. The same
Almost, I think it'd be the same day.
Yeah.
I mean,
it
that-
spoke about this year, and people were like, "Well, we're going to get lots of Alien stuff."
I'm a big Fede Alvarez guy. Like I love Fede Alvarez. I'm super excited for Romulus. I'm almost
Yeah, but
twice
that series, I think they're concentrating on the AI side of it, aren't they?
Oh, I don't know.
Well,
Whatever it is, if it's a Noah Hawley project, I'm in. Like I'm twice as excited for that almost. And I love and adore Fede Alvarez. I'm super excited to see where the dude's career goes. But anything Noah Hawley.
it's not going to be set far away from now, is it? Is it 70 years from now? I think it's going to be set something like that, less than that. 40 years or something. I can't remember. I know it's before Alien. But I'm not sure how it's going to tie into the movies. I hope it ties in a bit because I would love to see a team of people.
I've got it.
Go against some xenomorphs and maybe even a predator or two. Maybe some new aliens as well.
Come on, you. Oh, I should hit that damn checkbox. Okay, this is the Alien Wikipedia for the TV series.
Right.
It's an upcoming sci-fi horror television series written and directed by Noah Hawley, based on the blah, blah, blah. The series will serve as a prequel and will be set 3 decades before the events of the 1979 film Alien. Series stars Sidney Chandler, Alex Law, blah, blah, blah. The series is a joint venture production between 20th Television and Scott Free Productions and will be released on FX on Hulu. And here's the cast if you want to give a shit. But yeah, so it's 30 years before the original.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I was just looking. I saw an article that
That would
gave
be
each
between.
timeline.
Technically, that would be between Covenant and Alien, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Technically, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it would.
Which
there's gonna be
Prometheus
quality.
takes place in 2089, and I didn't realize that. Covenant's 2104, and the Alien takes place exactly 100 years from now in 2122. So I guess this article that I'm reading is 22. So if it's 70 years before that, it's 50s, 2050s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yet another franchise we're not going to catch up with.
Yeah.
I still want my self-drying clothes and hoverboard. God damn it!
Well, you got the hoverboard.
What about the
Sort of.
self-tying shoelace?
Yes,
That'd be
that
nice.
too.
Well, now we have Velcro. If you
Well,
really
we've got
need-
flying cars, so we're getting there.
Yeah.
Just
There's
not
some of those that are-
easily available right now.
some of them are literally available on the market. It's
Yeah, but you need a pilot's license to operate them.
not all of them.
Fly
Not
them
all of them.
around perfectly fine, but you need a license to fly them.
There are
Except
some
for
that you
one.
don't. There's
You do
some that you
legally
don't even need a
want-
driver's license.
According to FAA and CAA regulations, anything that flies requires a pilot's license.
Oh, well,
Does altitude matter?
that's what
What
I
if-
was.
I think it's the argument between manned and unmanned. To be honest,
Ah,
if it's automated, then maybe it doesn't. You won't require a license if it flies itself, because obviously you're not the one flying it. But we have.
I
Don't
mean,
forget, guys, we do have Velcro because of T'Pol. T'Pol's third floor mother.
Of course.
T'Pol.
bear with me, boys. I need a couple minutes. I'll be back.
No worries, man.
Oh, God damn it! I gotta. Oh, because it's not because I'm signed in. It's because I'm not signed in as me. Because I'm like, where's my fucking avatar?
Okay, this is what I was thinking of. There's this thing called the eVTOL. I'm not exactly sure, but it's like lowercase
VTOL.
e.
Vertical takeoff and landing.
Yeah. But you don't need a pilot license for it.
No.
But it's $190,000, so you might as well go pay for a pilot
It's
license.
just one of those arguments where if it flies and you fly it, you need the license to fly it and stuff like that. It's basically like the argument between drones and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
Because
There's
I've seen
gonna
that
be some-
car. Is that the one with the folding rotor wings? The four wings that come out of the roof. They like lift up and then fold out, and then they got like the quadcopter type thing on the sides, on the ends.
Yeah, this is the one that I was looking at. The where is it? You don't need a pilot license to fly it, but you'll need $190,000, whatever, right there. Where's we need like a
It must
photo.
be
There we go.
automated.
That's what we're for.
It must be automated.
Oh, there we go. That's a little better viewing wise. Well, it says pilot. It says a personal pilot vehicle.
Yeah.
It says operators. Pivotal will require them to undergo a 1 to 2 week training course. Okay, so there's like a course you have to go through to actually.
Yeah,
do it.
it's either a license or a certificate.
Yeah, it's not like
you have to-
a fancy license, but you got to get
The
a
worst
certificate.
thing about piloting is you need to show competency. So there's going to be some sort of competency or safety certificate that you need to follow. But,
I mean, at the very least, something, you know.
yeah. There's a bunch of flying cars anyway.
So cool.
The one that I was thinking of is. Let's see if I can find it. I'll bring it up. If I can see it, if I can find it.
While you're looking for it, I'll just look at that article. And this purple spot right here in the article tells us like the timeline of all the movies. Oh, did I leave it? Hey, there he is.
Hey.
the Diet Coke was talking to a homie.
It happens. It happens. Cycling is the most efficient form of transport humans have ever had. And we can make energy from it. So, cool. Let's do it more. Can we have planes that are powered by cycling the same way we have paddle boats? Can we have paddle planes?
Well, one of the first aircraft was actually man propelled by pedaling to turn the propeller.
Really?
That's before they started putting engines on.
Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones.
Not quite like that, but not far off.
Do y'all watch Solar Opposites at all?
Nope.
Y'all watch Rick and Morty?
Oh, what the fuck?
I keep getting told I should.
If you watch Solar Opposites maybe before you watch Rick and Morty, and if you like Solar Opposites, then you will know you like Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
But there's just a funny episode.
Talking about.
They get a funny little Flintstones dinosaur that's sci-fi, and it's funny.
Wow.
That's the one I was talking about, where the rollerblades fold into the roof and they go back. So a two-seater quadcopter.
That looks cool as shit. And
That
it
looks
does
really
look-
cool as
Just
shit.
the aesthetics of it are nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It literally looks futuristic and modern at the same time.
Yes, that's what I like about it.
It reminds me of the Cybertruck. If you look at the shape where it goes down at the back, it reminds me
Have
of
y'all
the
seen one of
Cybertruck.
those things in person?
What, the Cybertruck?
I was driving down the street the other week, and there was just one on parked on the side of the street in LA, and
Quite big, aren't they?
it's a tank. It's a tank.
Yeah. Terrible thing. I think they look
Oh.
horrible.
Oh,
Terrible. Elon, make them look better.
I love it. I love it.
Well, you're American. You guys are American. You probably do love things because they're big, man.
Well, he's a Texan. so
Everything's
yes.
bigger in Texas.
Well,
Dig it.
yeah, he comes from pickup truck country.
Yep.
Pickup
I've had
They have to be a minimum 6-wheel drive.
Do you
Blade
like
wheel
Back
arches
to
at
the
the back.
Well, according to Mark, if we like Back to the Future and debauchery, we'll like Rick and Morty.
1,000%. I mean, literally, Rick and
I've
Morty
watched
are Marty and Doc.
I've tried watching Rick and Morty. I just can't get into it.
Have a smoke.
As
And
in
then...
one of those of you.
I have not yet watched Rick and Morty. My kids or the kids love it. A lot of people I know love it. My best friend Rob loves it. So I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
So, not to try to sell you on it or anything, but just to, if you were to watch it, I think the first season and maybe even the second a little bit might throw you off a little bit going into it because there is an overarching story that happens.
Mhm.
But like in those first couple seasons, they were like letting Justin Roiland say like, and not a bad thing. They're some of the funniest episodes, but there were episodes that were literally made about nothing. Like they were like, this is an improv episode. The episodes when they're sitting in front of interdimensional satellite cable kind of TV shows, that's just them improving. That's just them riffing off of one another. Justin Roiland and whoever the hell else was in the room. Besides that, they slowly, like, you get a little bit of story for each episode until, I guess, the third season. And then there are some episodes that are more, not necessarily filler, but funny kind of episodes, sitcom-y. And then the other episodes do push the forward, story forward. Ugly as hell, but oh my God, I'd take it.
So, Harris, have you seen Three Body Problem yet?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Not bothered with it anymore. I'm not talking about it now. I just wanted to ask, have you seen it yet?
No.
So I binged it the other night for no reason.
Oops. Oops. Oops.
Oh, jeez.
But you enjoyed it so much, it's stuck in your head now, right?
No.
Oh,
All I'm thinking about is the Alien Romulus trailer teaser. That's all I can think about because I've seen it again. Over and over and over. I don't know. It's the best trailer I've seen in years. It's just
It
got
is
my
such a good
engagement
trailer.
so perfectly. It's just I'm hooked.
The only other trailer that I think that good that we've seen in a long time would have been probably not a movie for everybody, but I still haven't seen it and need to go see it. It's in theaters right now. Is that Love Lies Bleeding movie? Have y'all seen that?
No, I haven't seen the trailer for that yet.
It's like a kind of like I guess just like a lesbian horror love story all together. It's a horror movie, but it's Kristen Stewart and then the girl.
Oh yeah.
From Mando season 3, she's in there as well.
Yeah. Because she's a bodybuilder or some shit, right? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But the trailer looks great. Like it's amazing.
I've seen synopses of the movie, but I had never have actually watched the trailer.
Oh, you watch the trailer. I think you'd actually be like, "Oh, this is not a movie that I would think I'd want to watch, but now I do," kind of deal. It's great. It was an amazing trailer. Romulus does beat it out just pound for pound because it's a minute compared to like a 2-minute trailer. But those are the best trailers that we've gotten in a long time.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had anything that beat Raimi and Romulus teaser. And it's not even a trailer.
Yeah, it is. It's a 62-second teaser? 63?
It's just tickling us just a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
It's just grabbing us by the balls and saying, come to the cinema.
Come on.
No, it's not grabbing that hard. What it is doing is edging us really well.
Tickling by the balls.
The caressing is happening.
Mark's gonna lose his shit if you don't put on the new Doctor Who trailer.
But what about Mark, you don't want to see 3 people disappointed watching the trailer. I know you love it, but if we're all disappointed in it and just go past it, you can be more disappointed. Well, maybe it's a great trailer. Maybe we're just poo-pooing it for the sake of it.
How's everyone find it on here? Because is that the one from 2 days ago? Then I guess.
Well, Yorkshire Geek has decided that he's going to be the troll for this stream. Discovery Season 5 trailer.
I don't think I've even done a video for that, to be honest.
By the way, I am just fucking with you, Chad. I'm not being an asshole. I'm just fucking around. You'll understand it.
Disney Plus, not the BBC. I'm guessing that the BBC one will be different. I haven't seen this trailer, so.
Do you watch Doctor Who?
Very close. Look at those likes and dislikes. Can you see them?
Where is it?
It's very close. 13,000, 11,000 dislikes.
That's like 51-49 territory right there.
Yeah. Is that good?
No.
No.
In 2 days?
Not at all.
It's practically 50-50. Wow.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's my expectation.
I've watched literally 0 seconds of Doctor Who, so I don't have a dog in this race.
Me as
well.
well.
It doesn't matter. You can talk about the trailer. You can say.
I'll tell you. I mean, I'll have opinions on if the trailer looks cool or not. But in terms of story beats that the trailer hits, I ain't gonna know shit.
And Disney do have a hand in making it.
Now they do. Yep. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's not at a minimum. It's a complete lack of added value.
Yeah. All it is a cash flow.
Right. Let's play this.
Give me the loving.
Where did he come from?
I don't know, he sort of popped up at the right moment. And then he spoke about time travel.
Ruby, you want to know my secret? I have the whole universe at my fingertips. And I'm all on my own. I'd love it if you came with me.
He's the highlight.
Who are you?
I'm the Doctor. It's called the TARDIS. It's a time and space machine.
Is it safe?
No idea.
What if I change history by stepping on a butterfly?
Well, that's not gonna happen, is it?
Oh, what's wrong?
With all my adventures, never seen anything like this before.
Oh my, Bridgerton. This place is completely mad.
Things seem to be turning more and more supernatural.
Is that monster?
No, don't be silly. There's no such thing as monsters. They're just creatures you haven't met yet. There are powers beyond the universe, so vast. The whole world could slide into the pit. This is what we're trying to stop.
I'm still her mum. I need to know she'll be okay. You'll keep her safe?
I will keep her safe. I promise.
It's taken me all this time to realize what I'm here to do. I'm going to save the world.
Everything is possible. Everything is possible.
Time may change me, but I can't trace time.
Well, I feel like the trailer is exactly what the likes are. The first half sucks. The second half is great. If that makes
the worst
sense.
thing about it, no Doctor Who theme.
What?
They didn't have a single bar from the Doctor Who theme at all in that trailer.
Ooh. When it started taking itself seriously, it didn't feel like just a generic trailer anymore. And that when they put some emotion in that like second half of it, it kind of got some chutzpah to it, you know. But before that, it just was a generic ass trailer.
In honor of Steve, I've got to do this. Ruby Sunday. Right. Okay.
Well, here's what I think, and you're right. The second half is definitely better than the first half, but I think they were going for that. You know,
let me just say this.
We're going to give you,
because they used scenes from the Christmas special in that trailer.
Oh.
So we've already seen parts of it, and I think that's like makes up some of the first half.
Okay, that makes sense. That introduction and stuff. Cool.
But I think they were going for like the shock of a dual aesthetic thing, because if you think about it, like just forget the scenes, just the whole general background music, and you know the scenes were bright and colorful. The background music was bouncy. He was dropping jokes. You know, it was all, the first half was just all light and happy. And then like the music changed, all the lighting and scenes got darker, you know, action was thrown in, you know, the second half looked very consequential, while the first half just looked like, it's like, here's some fun, and then here's what's going to happen when there ain't no fun. So I think that's kind of what they were going for, but they probably overdid the goofy a little in the first half.
Yeah. They shouldn't have had scenes from something that's already been aired.
Well, see, I had no idea about that, but yeah, that makes it worse.
Yeah.
But I mean, like on the whole, I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Was it the Christmas special or the New Year special? I think it was the Christmas special. I don't think you had a New Year special.
The question I have now, because if you give that an 8, I'd probably give it a 7, or because the second half really did kind of change things. But why the hell does that trailer have 11,000 dislikes and 13,000 likes?
Because it's not Doctor Who.
Okay.
You got some hardcore fans for Trek. You got hardcore fans for Star Wars, right?
Oh yeah.
Doctor Who fans are even worse because
Sweet Jesus.
Because it is technically the longest running sci-fi series.
Yeah. I mean, just like the longest running series besides soap operas, really.
It's not just the franchise; it's part of our heritage, basically. If you think about it, it's been on our screens for so long, and then in 2005 they brought it back. You know, in 98, 95, America tried to steal it from us by making a movie. Didn't work.
Yeah.
Well, it did tie in very well with Doctor Who, that movie, though. I think it was 95 or 98. I can't remember which one, if that's which one it was. Could have been 97. I can't remember. Anyway, because they set the whole thing in, I think it was in Los Angeles.
Mark said 96.
Was it 96? Yes, the 96.
Well, that's the thing. The two of the biggest freaking Doctor Who people I would know would be Mark and probably Matt, and both of them do really like the new stuff. So that I don't know where I can't put a.
I haven't liked Doctor Who since
Tennant.
Aldi? No, I liked Tennant. I liked Matt Smith. It was Peter Capaldi. Since Peter Capaldi, I haven't had much of a huge liking for it. But Jodie Whittaker is probably where I thought to myself, why the fuck am I still watching this shit?
Well,
I'm just being honest. Although I like Jodie Whittaker, I mean, she's a great actress. She's had some very good roles, but as Doctor Who, no, thank you.
yeah, I mean that's just a kind of a modern thing. People prioritize certain things instead of storytelling, and they'd lose a story. And I think a perfect example is another Disney Plus show is Tatiana Maslany is damn good as Jennifer Walters and She-Hulk, but whoever wrote that show, you might have wrote an episode of Pickle Rick on Rick and Morty, and that was funny. But 8 episodes is not something Gal should be given again. I'm sorry, it's just not. I kind of feel like that's similar vein, at least. But then again, Kudogawa was badass. So that's just thinking about like Jodie Whittaker. I don't know if I guess people have said this one's woke to a degree or whatever. Because Matt was trying to say like, no, it's not. This has always been here, and I think Mark was kind of back him up, but everybody else.
I think it's it's how heavily it's gone that way. To be honest,
okay,
it went from being subtle, kind of like everything else. Star Trek used to be subtle about it. In TNG, there were guys walking around in skirts, dresses, part of the uniform. You know, it was there. It was there in the back. In the side on the side of the screen, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'd walk down. They would walk down a corridor. You'd see a crew member walking along, and he's wearing a dress. All right. So it's there subtly. It's the same with Doctor Who. It's subtle. There was Captain Jack Harkness. He was I think they said it omnisexual. He would sleep with anything of any race. But I mean, that's inclusion, right? That's
well, I mean, when you get into a world with a bunch of hot aliens, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, what do you do? First hand, second hand, third hand.
Well, that's that. What's that funny little skit? Isn't it like an old? It's not Monty Python. What is it? Is this not John Cleese? I can't remember who it is, but it's that he's the woman's holding his hand, or the woman holds his face that he's on a date with, and he holds her hand so she can't like slap him or anything, and she just pulls a third hand out and smacks him with that.
Oh yeah. It's like
he's just like,
huh?
Ruby Sunday isn't diverse enough. Well, no, because she's straight and blonde and a woman. So she's not diverse at all. She's one gender. She's not a they, them. She's a woman.
Jodie Whittaker?
No, Millie Gibson, who plays Ruby Sunday in Doctor Who. The blonde girl.
Oh. I don't know what Ruby Sunday is. It was funny when you said it earlier, though. I liked the little tune. We did brief upon a little Rebel Moon earlier, but the other thing that is in the title is Halo.
That's Millie Gibson.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know you said Millie Gibson. I thought you said Billy Gibson, and I was like, I don't think that's what you're talking about. I was like, it's got to be somebody else.
I mean, she's the best part of it for me in the new Doctor Who. She's the best part. Something nice to look at.
Ah, she's cute.
Yeah. I mean, what's wrong with that?
Nothing at all.
I mean, okay, people will say, well, she's 19, she's 20 years old. So something wrong with that.
People look good, you know?
She's nice to look at. What can I say?
Pater's loving Halo.
Yeah.
Halfway through the whole thing, or through season 2?
Yeah, I haven't watched a second of that show either.
No.
That's why I'm just sitting here looking. I'd like to say looking pretty, but that would be a bold-faced lie.
Did you play the games?
Nope. I've seen the animated Red versus Blue, and that was fucking amazing, but that's pretty much it.
Did you ever watch the animated, the 3D animation, The Fall of Reach?
No.
That was a Halo movie.
Nope.
Mm-mm. That Red and Blue was Rooster Teeth, wasn't it?
I don't remember. I've watched it once and I was stoned as fuck. So I just remember enjoying it a lot. Like
I think it was Rooster Teeth, and Rooster Teeth was taken over by Warner Brothers and HBO because they bought out their YouTube channel a long time ago.
Just halfway through season 2.
Yeah, I just
think the way that they did Halo season 2, it didn't make it any better. I mean, you want season 2 to be better than season 1, right? Because I mean, the budget changes. You either get the same budget or more for the second season, right? I don't know what the budget is for that.
I have no idea. But Aaron, everything he says is from a Halo fan. You're gonna love it just because it's a good sci-fi show. Probably not a great Halo show, but it's a good sci-fi show.
So it's Andor.
Huh?
So it's Andor. It's a great sci-fi show, but it ain't fucking Star Wars.
I would fight that battle all day, every day.
I am dying on that hill, people. I don't give a fuck.
Die on that hill and watch Star Wars die out with everything else that's coming out. As much as I like Ahsoka, as much as I like Obi-Wan and everything, I don't like Obi-Wan. I lied. That sentence should not have ever happened. I caught myself as I said it, though.
Freak!
They won't even tell us what the budget for Halo was. They're saying between 90 and 200 million.
Oh.
There's a big difference to be like, oh, we're not going to tell you.
Yeah, that's the whole
it would make sense if they say it's 200 million for the 3 seasons. Maybe.
I'm
pretty sure they're going to make 3rd season. No
I love y'all, but if your attention span is only half an hour, that's more about y'all than it is about the television series itself.
If your attention span is only half an hour,
I enjoyed Andor a lot as a television show. Just, you put the Star Wars sticker on it, you're going to piss me the fuck off because it's not goddamn Star Wars.
Yes, it is. You don't have to have lightsabers and all this. Like that's compartmentalizing Star Wars and making it it's throwing Star Wars aside. It's throwing everybody's love for Star Wars and guising it as like something that this is a good state of Star Wars discussion, honestly.
Yeah, and you're only moderating. Ha ha ha.
I know you smart
That's
bastard.
I did say once we've done trailers and we've talked about those, just a general chat. You talk about whatever you want now.
Well, are we going to talk Rebel Moon at all?
Oh, please don't.
We're talking about bad Star Wars.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, I'll talk about Rebel Moon. So let's talk about Rebel Moon Part 2, shall we?
Fell in love with Star Wars because good story, and that's what Andor gives you. And look at everything else we've gotten recently. Even I love Ahsoka, and I don't. It sucks, honestly. There's 2 episodes that are good.
When I watched Star Wars as a kid, it wasn't the story. I was like, "Ooh, such a great story." I was like, "Look, what the fuck are those glowy things? Those are cool." So, like, if you fell in love with Star Wars at an older age, where it was the story that grabbed you first, cool. But for most of us, that wasn't the case. We're little kids watching this shit, going, "That's awesome! I love this." And then we figured out the story later.
Well, sure, but what kept you there was the story. Whether you get interested because bright, fun colors doing cool shit or not, what keeps people there is the story. And everything they've done recently has just shat on the story. Andor is the only thing, besides Bad Batch, that they have made in Tales of the Jedi that has stayed within canon that has not shat on the story. And that is just disgraceful, my friend. Disgraceful.
Well, yeah. I mean, the only shit I've actually enjoyed that Disney has done on Disney Plus is the first 2 seasons of Mando, all the animation, and most of Ahsoka.
Well, and as much as I love Mando, it shits on the story because it's really just convoluting everything from the original trilogy. And there is a good way to do it. Like, they are bridging the gap, like in live action in a way like Clone Wars did, but it really, it's hard to justify what's going on in The Mandalorian with the original trilogy completely. It is so hard to actually make that make sense, and we're having to make loops and circles to do it. The prison stuff with Andy Serkis? What? No.
That was when it started getting good.
It was amazing. That
Everything
alone,
leading
I
up
love
to
you,
that
dude.
was
but
unnecessary.
That's a 30-minute attention span. That's not having a good attention span. Like being able to sit something with something and just get dialogue, just get an actual story. That's a sign of aging. Literally makes me see. That's the thing. Let's go into it with. Next topic. I'm gonna get too busy.
Well, here, I'm just gonna say one more thing, and then I'm gonna let it go. If you can take the Star Wars sticker off it and just show it to a random person who's never seen it before or anything Star Wars like, and then show them something Star Wars, they will be able to tell the difference. Because Andor is really good sci-fi. But there's literally nothing in it that says this is goddamn Star Wars except for references.
It's very generic and sci-fi.
And
it's like Discovery's first 2 opening episodes. You could have released those without Star Trek in the title, and people would have been fine with it. But because it was Star Trek, the fans didn't like it.
Well,
too different.
I will die on that hill any day. And if anybody needs to run and take over Disney or Lucasfilm, excuse me, from Kathleen Kennedy, as much as I love Jon Favreau, shitty stories killing sci-fi. It doesn't matter if it doesn't necessarily 100,000% fit lightsabers and all that. We need good storytelling. So if somebody's going to take over from Kathleen Kennedy, it needs to be somebody like Tony Gilroy. It needs to be the Gilroys. I love Jon Favreau, but I would like a Gilroy, Jon Favreau, almost Safran Gunn kind of thing for Lucas.
I feel that Favreau's constantly getting his hands tied behind his back.
I would take Gilroy as a story consultant to make sure it's clean and well presented, but to write Star Wars, fuck Gilroy. he can write a good story, but he has yet to write a good Star Wars story.
Did you see how he helped out with Rogue One? You not like Rogue One?
The Star Wars stuff was already in Rogue One before he got to it. He just
Rogue One is the same thing as Andor.
No,
like
it's not.
You could take besides the Darth Vader scene, you could take everything out, and they could just be building a giant space station meant to blow up planets. That's just a sci-fi concept. The entire movie is the exact same thing as Andor the series, and people like to be pissy.
Vader. It's not just Vader.
What else? Just references? Is that what you're saying?
No.
That, it's just references.
You had your temple acolytes too. You didn't even have Vader. It wasn't just Vader.
That's not a lightsaber though. That could just be a general. Nope, that's just a blind dude with something cool.
It's still the Force though, and there was zero any Force or anything in Andor. Andor is awesome sci-fi.
All right, Force. One of our main characters is handing off a kyber crystal throughout the series. The whole thing is them trying to go find kyber crystals. Like,
do they know that kyber? Oh yeah. Well, you need kyber crystals to power the fucking Death Star gun, right?
Everything. That's like the whole point of it all. They're building things to be utilized by the Force.
Right.
All of the prison stuff. All of that is. Those are items that might not be Force imbued themselves, but are items that are utilizing the Force. Maybe to do something more destructive than it typically is utilized for, but everything in there is inherently Star Wars. Same thing as Rogue One, and Gilroy made sure of that, and that's what I appreciate about it. It bridged the gap. It doesn't need all the. It's obviously more fun when we get all the cool stuff, but if Star Wars can be that means it can be everything else as well. And if it can't be that means we've pigeonholed it as a fan base and we want to allow it to be anything else. And that sucks. Because then
we'll see the answer to this comment. We'll see the answer to this comment after August.
Yeah, that's when her contract's up.
That's when her contract is ending because they were supposed to renew it last year and they just didn't bother. They didn't even talk about it, did they?
Well, because we all thought it was going to be gone by then. And then we were like, oh, wait, you got another year. Because when they don't renew her contract, it seems like
around too.
We have been doing a lot of debates, and they've been fun. There's joy.
I mean, we could, dude. I'm cool with that, Jay. We can just round table it. I'll just use this as the talking stick. I will literally mute everyone but who's supposed to be talking at that point in time.
Oh, yeah.
This will be the talking stick.
Well, hey, if there's a round 2, I mean, we could do round table, or if we want to do a round 2, I'd do that as well. But I'm totally fine with moderating. I can get heated about Star Wars in a day, but I also like to sit back and be like, pit you against you, and why did you say this, and does that make sense with this?
Oh, so you just want to play with us? I see.
Hey, if I'm moderating debate, that's my job.
Harris wants to get his Palpatine on to start diddling us around like marionettes.
I moved out here to be a producer director. I mean, it's kind of what I want to do.
I mean okay. I'm down to give you practice.
Hey, I'm
totally down for that. But I still have control. I still control the talking stick.
Okay.
But I will be controlling it mostly at your direction. You want to see if Kendall would moderate? Kendall don't know enough about Star Wars. He's a Marvel guy.
I guess talking about KK.
Yeah, he's talking about KK.
Yes, well, she is universally hated, and it's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. There was this woman called KK.
You know,
sorry, am I assuming gender?
I think there's one sentence that has kept Kathleen Kennedy in like her position. Was like a couple years ago, whenever people were like really going in on her after all.
Make her gay.
I love that. That's so fun. But when the trilogy came out, her biggest defender wasn't George Lucas. Hey, let me puppet master some Henson stuff. Let me do some Dark Crystal, so please. But when the trilogy came out, her biggest defender wasn't George Lucas. It was Steven Spielberg. He was out there like, she's the best producer of all time, like all this stuff. I'm like, hold a second, like hold up. Just Steven Spielberg saying that she's produced your movies alongside you. You are a better producer than she is, first of all. Like, and I'm not saying that to discredit her, because she is one of the greatest producers ever.
Oh no, she did magnificent things 40 years ago.
Well, not even that. She did them 20 years ago, 10, 15 years ago. But the biggest caveat is she has never produced a film by herself. She's never been the head producer on a film until she was put in charge of Lucasfilm. She never like helmed anything per se, and that has screwed Star Wars up completely.
No, actually, you're right, Jay. She's not getting fired. Her contract's up in August, and they can just elect not to renew it.
Riding the tails of giants. That's I hate to say it. She's the perfect secondary producer.
Why do you think they're announcing so many Star Wars projects now? Because she wants her name on them as executive producer
as much as possible.
Yeah,
as much as possible into the future.
Yeah, just think of it like this. She wants to get paid for years after she gone, so she needs her EP produced. She needs her producer credit on that shit. Did you watch the opening credits of X-Men 97? Victoria Alonso's name is still on as an EP. How long she been gone for? But because she was involved at the beginning, she still gets that credit and the check.
I doubt she makes a decent cup of coffee.
I was about to say, she hasn't made a cup of coffee. She's had people doing that for 45, 50 years now.
That's exactly what KK's doing right now. She's putting out shit so she can have her name in the credits and get paid for a while. Of course, so we're like the Cowboys, and she's like every other Cowboys coach that Jerry keeps way longer than the. Yep.
Precisely.
Yep.
Which is why I'm a Texans fan. Like I literally, in 2002, my 3-year-old self was like, "Screw this! I'm already tired of the Cowboys."
No. Never happened. Remember, she needs that before she takes over Stargate. No.
This is why we kicked you the fuck out, David. That is why.
I was about to force myself to cry for a second, but I don't even think that's worth just KK taking that. That's like not even worth faking a cry over.
No.
KK Trek. That I'm okay with. Let her have it. Screw it. Let her have it.
It's no.
Well, Trek's already bad.
I was going to
so-
say it's already AK Trek, so you know it's close.
Justin! He's the one non-Stargate person here, and he said, let Stargate take one for the team. Hell nah, send her to Trek.
You shut your mouth.
Send her to Trek.
You shoosh. Do not put that shit into the fucking universe, dude. No.
I'm knocking on wood. Do I have any more digits to cross? I'm crossing everything.
Oh, good God. Look at what Yorkshire typed.
That was funny. I thought I said something else at first.
Yeah, right. I know, but yeah.
Come on. Give her to Trek. Screw it. Well, come on and just catch up and watch some Stargate, man. That's what you got to do.
It is a really good show, bro. It is a really good show.
It's cheesy, especially like I think Justin's probably my age or just around it, somewhere around that kind of thing.
Yeah, y'all youngins are still in your 20s.
It's cheesy for us a little bit, but it's also like the best damn cheese you can get, kind of deal. It's some good Havarti or some good Gouda or some shit, you know.
Oh, I love Havarti. Oh my God, that cheese is so good.
I love Havarti cheese. There we go. Now we got Justin on the track.
Yeah, but he's saying 2, so as well.
No, not as well. Instead of. Instead of. Not 2 instead of.
I mean, I don't even want to put the question out.
I'm still worried
considering the possibility of KK even getting a job after this.
I'm still worried about fucking
Could be all right.
Stargate under the care of Amazon anyway. So I don't need fucking them hiring Kurtzman to do it. On top of that, I would. Oh my God.
Is that an explanation of why Doctor Who's so bad?
Mark is just like fuming right now. He's like, oh damn. He's like, now I gotta act.
That's why I hadn't said anything for a while.
Mark's about to hop on a plane just to go see Peter right now.
Mark's always Airbnb-ing, which might be why he's not responding very quickly, but he will Airbnb all the way to Peter just to give him some good Doctor Who.
When Jay does that interview with you, as if they can hire KK, he'll get more people interested. Oh, just stop it.
When Jay, I'll be there too tomorrow or Tuesday, whatever day.
Tuesday.
And I won't ask that question. But send more questions, please.
Yeah, you need more questions.
I want to
go. This one's gonna be weird.
Dude, I feel that, Mark. I feel that. That's like I'm between jobs right now, so if I'm not streaming or filling out applications, I am DoorDashing.
DoorDash. Cheese.
Till I get me a jab.
Laura came back just for cheese or Stargate.
Cheese, yum. Yes, I'm still listening. Don't threaten Stargate, guys. It isn't funny. I agree, Laura. You do live in an Airbnb?
So Mark is like a modern nomad. I like it.
I mean, if I was single,
but he DoorDashes with this girl. I think with his. I don't know if she's his wife or his girlfriend or what. But I'm pretty sure they DoorDash together.
A woman who would live like that is a rare find. So I would have to be single.
See you, David.
But yeah, Airbnb from town to town, DoorDasher from town to town. Me, my phone, my ride, and Tinder. I'm good.
I mean, shit. Honestly,
in town for a night and blah blah, and then I will not divulge the rest of what I would put on there.
Mark does it with his girlfriend and her toddler. All DoorDash together.
Oh, it's so cute. How old's the toddler?
Love it.
Question for you, Harris. Are you here for a Lando movie?
That's how I feel. Is it? That was.
It depends on who plays Lando.
That's like, I mean, it's Donald Glover, and now it's Donald Glover's brother that's writing it, apparently, for the Lando movie. I still, if they're going to do it, I would want Billy D. Williams to be involved somehow. Even if it's just like as a producer kind of deal. He needs to be involved somehow. But
Oh, that's
But
cute.
really, no, I'm with you. I have no desire for it or inkling for it. Lando's one of the best characters in Star Wars, sure, but what's he gonna do besides something that we haven't seen done before? I guess it's not gonna be bringing anything new to the table. And if they make a great script, that opinion can be up to change, of course, because a great movie is a great movie, whether it's something that we knew we wanted or not. But also, like we just said, I think it's Kathleen Kennedy just trying to get her name on a bunch of stuff before she leaves. Like, and that worries me in the sense of like, who's actually caring about the story. The good thing is Donald Glover's brother. Is it Chris Glover? I don't remember his name.
I think you're right. I think it's Chris.
I think it's a C something. He did Atlanta, and I haven't seen Atlanta the first couple episodes. But everything he's worked on has been very highly rated, very highly adored. So that's good. He's not one of the best. He's one of the best secondary, maybe. Not one of the best characters per se, but he's a good secondary. He's really good.
He's a good cameo.
Yeah, he's literally the perfect cameo. Which, do you need a movie about a perfect cameo? Or no? Like,
Stephen Glover.
Stephen Glover. Okay. He's super talented, so I'm hoping whatever he comes up with is amazing and makes us all change our tune and say, "Oh, we want this, we need this." But, well, I don't know. Nothing's made to do it yet. He's mid. I haven't seen his work. I just know it's highly rated, and people talk about it very fondly. What else has he done besides Atlanta? Honestly. Flex no gas Lando more than he is. Board of cameos to appease fans. Yeah, Lando's better than just a cameo because he does have like purposefulness in the. He's only a cameo when he can be useful.
It depends on the cameo, doesn't it? Is it a cameo part of the story or cameo for just the sake of it? That's the difference, I think. If it's a cameo, just say, "Oh, look, you better watch this movie because we've got him in it."
Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire.
Not worth it. But if it's like, look, we've got to go and rescue this guy because we know him, he's a legacy. So we've got to go and rescue a legacy character, bring him home. That's more of a
that makes sense. Or in Lando, as that like perfect cameo kind of deal, he's a smuggler, so he's always, if he's there briefly, he's usually moving goods around or something. Like there's a way to fit him into the story well. And not just for the sake of it, like maybe Bill Murray.
I wish they would show us the run that Jabba lost.
Rod of the Hutt. We need Rod of the Hutt or Rod of the Hutt.
When Jabba is trying to get Han to tell him what happened to his load, basically he's trying to get the money back. He's lost the cargo. I'd love to know what that was about. I'd love to see that on screen. What the cargo was and how it was lost. I know that's not Lando, but a lot of stuff in Star Wars that would be good.
So would like what about like a Mace? Would Mace do well?
Mace could do well. I mean,
I guess
did a fan film about Mace surviving, didn't he?
Yeah, he's in the process of making.
That would be the one to make too.
Huh?
That would be the one to make too.
Yeah,
honestly. But then again, like obviously, I have a different perspective because I'm just a white dude, But like, why do we need the Glovers to come in there and take over a black character? Like, I feel like that's as cool as it can be. It can also just be as much of a.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of like shoehorning, Yeah. Like, why not just take over some cool aliens in the middle of somewhere or something like that? Like, if they're talented writers, we could just get a cool new character somewhere.
It's because Kathy wants to play with Lando.
That's Disney's MO. It is Disney's MO.
It's because Kathy wants to play with Lando.
Still gonna be here, though. Just don't want to. I don't like to smoke on stream unless I'm watching a movie.
Well, I can bring my crack pipe out. Is that okay?
I guess that's okay because you're in America, right?
Well, California, shit, maybe it's okay. I don't know.
I just don't want to promote smoking because obviously I'm based in the UK and it's going to be
Smart
UK
man.
rules and stuff that I have to follow.
Which is why I keep leaning.
Well,
Even though, but when I'm on my stream, it's perfectly legal here in Michigan. So, and also I'm not yet monetized, so I have those two things going for me.
I'm not monetized, but I'm technically monetized through Streamlabs though, because I set up a tipping page, which was a cool idea. Gives the audience the option whether they choose to or not. Takes takes it away from YouTube decision. But
Peter is dead ass.
Yeah, totally. Just come on.
John Boyega was terrible in everything he's been in since Star Wars, right?
Acting wise, no. John Boyega is
Boyega
amazing.
can act.
Yeah, that boy, he's great.
Great, is he? He's a great actor.
No, he's a great actor. Yeah. That's
Not a
really
good judge when it comes to the roles, maybe.
No. He's just he's done roles that I guess coming from like a sci-fi fan perspective or like just like a generic audience.
I'm
It's not
thinking
roles
more. I'm thinking more away from Star Wars and towards Pacific Rim 2.
Oh,
His
well, that
performance
was
one of the
pre-Star Wars
worst
too.
things in that film.
That's him
in my
looking for a
opinion.
franchise pre-Star Wars or during Star Wars. But most of his stuff, especially since Rise of Skywalker, has been like more independent films, smaller level films, and every single role he's had has been fantastic. The biggest role he's had outside for like
I'd agree.
a big movie would have
Pacific Rim
been
2?
No, because that was during and before Star Wars.
No, I was talking. John
That was
Boyega was in it. It
Pacific
was
Rim's that
not
old?
the best performance.
It's 2016, the second one, I think. It's either 16 and 18 or like 14 and 16, something like that. But yeah, no, he got cooked in Star Wars. But the biggest thing he's done outside since Rise of Skywalker, I think, would have been The Woman King. Like
he
for
did
the
it
scope
during-
and scale of the movie.
He did it during it came out 2018. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, because since that he's not done franchise stuff. He's very much been like, I'm this role one.
I agree, Peter. Attack the Block was great. There is actually a sequel coming out soon at some point.
So okay, just for a second, that young Mace, like, it's the answer to a lot of things, I think. But I think a young Mace ought to just be frickin' like Tales of the Jedi or something like that, done animation wise. If the Glovers were to come back and do a movie, and it had to be like about a black dude, because that's just Disney's MO and stuff, and it can't just be like cool characters that they've made up like originally or whatever. Give it to frickin' Finn. I almost forgot his name. We kept saying John Boyega. Like, I mean, just I feel like Rise of Skywalker had decent ideas. Bad execution, of course, but especially Finn's arc. If he was able to go to Coruscant and lead that entire like armada of people, that would have been great to have seen. We come on. I was expecting him to start swearing. Yeah, just give us a good Finn movie, please. That'd be cool. Let Finn die.
I think I don't think it was Finn himself that was about it. I think more it was the dialogue that he was given.
What dialogue? You mean this?
Yep, exactly.
Is that the dialogue you're talking about?
Yes.
That was
the same with a lot of race dialogue, isn't it? So the dialogue was poor.
See, this is why you should subscribe to me, people. I'm fun.
You have fun when you're chilling.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Always. I just said
that.
Raymond.
Ruby Tuesday. I don't remember what it was. Ruby Sunday?
Ruby Sunday, the character.
Okay. Red Robin.
Mark nailed it.
That's good.
12th best.
There's actually because Rogue One, Solo, and then we have the Star Wars, the Clone Wars movie. So it's the 13th best.
I find a lot of those lists, they don't include those animated movies.
Nope.
I know Collider
It,
don't.
it
No,
was just the
Collider's
first
to
3
like.
episodes. but
Oh,
still.
don't get me started on Collider. I had to absolutely shred
Oh,
their.
Collider's list when it comes to Marvel. I'd love to see their list of Star Wars movies.
Oh, I shredded that fucking
I'd
Marvel
love to see
list
your
when that came
reaction,
out.
Aaron.
What, to their Star Wars movies?
Yeah.
If they made a Star Wars movie list, oh dear Lord! After
What
what
would
they
be
did,
their, what would be their number one? I wonder.
after what they did to the Marvel list, I have no. I would probably absolutely murder that one.
Oh
too.
yeah, and a lot of people forget about them, but you got to include them.
Oh
They
yeah,
are part of the Star Wars universe.
that is true.
That's
Yeah.
Well, technically, are they or are they not? Because after Disney, does that count as canon or no?
Just horses running on top of Star. Yeah, that was if they were like leftover Clone Wars walkers, you know, the little walkers that they sit on like a.
Oh, that would have been great.
That would
Yeah.
have been great.
Yeah.
But horses.
Well, I think the thing was they had to use something that needed zero power whatsoever. Is I think the deal was, but it was still stupid.
Oh, the EMP.
Yeah, the EMP. Yeah, because they EMP'd that guidance.
Can't they shield from EMP though?
I'm not saying it was a good idea, but it was just fucking dumb. It was just fucking dumb. We'll just say.
Well, if you're gonna do that, get a bunch of freaking birds to ride on or something. I don't know, like.
Yeah. Yeah, just pop over to the Tolkien universe and borrow some eagles.
Oh wait, say that again. I was reading that.
No, he's reading it.
Hey, but with a good baking, I'm just saying the holiday special might even be better than episode 9.
I don't think there's been enough parodies for Star Wars as a.
Oh, what are you talking about? It's the most parody thing ever. It's amazing.
Star Wars probably what Spaceballs,
I think
and that parodies lots of sci-fi.
I think I detected a note of the traditional British phlegmatic sarcasm in that statement.
Ah. Oops. It ran over right my head that time.
It's because your hair's too tight.
Well, it didn't look. I need to wash it, so I was like, I'm just putting it above. I'm not.
And he's got the bad guy hair fuzz, face
Bring
fuzz.
back, yeah, Family Guy, Star Wars,
Spaceballs, Family Guy, Star Wars, Futurama, Star Wars, Futurama, Star Wars, Ducklings,
Robot Chicken.
Speaking of Spaceballs, did you see that prequels meme thing I retweeted about the marathon? Oh, did you see that, Quest?
I got a glimpse of it.
Yeah,
I didn't actually see much of it. I had things I was doing, so
it's hilarious. Well, here, I still have my tweeters pulled up. I do.
There you go, Harris. That's what you should do. Top knot.
Top knot. Well,
what the fuck?
Well,
let's talk about the face hair. So, how long is it going to get before you plait the old beard there?
What do you mean? It's literally it was like this 2 weeks ago. It was literally right here. It would touch like my mid button right here 2 weeks ago. I when I went back home last week.
You could have had an Elsa plait on your chin.
Oh yeah. And I kind of wanted to keep it, but I went to a wedding, so I was.
You want
like,
to build a snowman?
I can't go to a wedding looking like a beatnik, is what my mom kept saying. So I was like, all right.
Not quite long. It wasn't quite long enough to plait it and throw it over your shoulder. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, if it could, I would have just been like, screw it. I'm going with this, you know. Like,
well, it's just long enough. Save you having a scarf, wouldn't it? If you get chilly.
You know, I am kind of sad about that. Just my personal little life with my goatee here, because whenever it was that long, it would go into 2 different directions, and I really wanted to do like little horns downwards or something, but that would be a lot of work. Spaceballs.
I love that. That is so epic. The Star Wars May the 4th marathon. Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and Spaceballs.
All 7 movies.
All 7 movies, one epic saga.
They need to do a sequel to Spaceballs, seriously. I think they are talking about it, aren't they? There's negotiations or something going on about a possible Spaceballs 2.
They've been saying that for a long time.
Yeah, but
just look at this. This is just as a totally random thing, but look at what I shared.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
What?
Right? What?
It makes sense in a weird way, though. You know?
Isn't that fucking wild, though, bro?
Talent begets talent, you know?
Yeah.
Shoot. Have y'all seen Shogun at all? Peter just mentioned After the Top Knot, which I actually have done. It doesn't look too bad.
No, I have not yet gotten into the Shogun.
I love Shogun. It's amazing.
So good. Like, can Tuesday just go ahead and, like, I would not mind time skipping ahead till Tuesday at 6 p.m. just for the next episode of
Hey, Harris.
I'm always fine with skipping a Monday.
So, anyone see Three-Body Problem? I binged it because we were originally supposed to do this live yesterday, and I actually watched it because Harris wanted to talk about it. So I binged every episode. That's 8 hours without sleep, overnight, to do it. And then Harris came along and said, "Oh, don't worry about it. I haven't seen it."
That.
Oops.
I loved it. I can't wait for season 2 because the way it ends, I can't talk about it because he hasn't even seen it. I don't think you've seen it, have you, Aaron?
No, I have not seen it.
Oops.
But isn't the lead actor in that the lead Jedi in Acolyte?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Who?
The lead actor in Three Body Problem. Is that the same guy that plays Soul in The Acolyte?
From
also from Hunger Games, fucking Squid Games.
Squid Games, that's it, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Squid Games, yeah.
Is he in Three Body?
I'm not to find out for yourself, won't you?
Oh, good. Good point.
A-hole.
You know, Teal kind of made me want to take a dab for a second.
Right. What have we all seen the dueling Hot D trailers?
Oh yeah. That was so smart. I love that idea.
Wasn't that such a great idea?
Like, you know who should have done the same thing is that Alex Garland Civil War movie that we talked about at the very beginning of the trailer.
Yes.
The stream. It would have been cool to have, like, it allows you to get to know the world building a little bit as well through the trailer, which is just genius.
Yeah.
Yes, it's worth watching. It is good. It's worth watching.
Yeah, did you watch those, Melvin? Do you watch House of the Dragon? Did you watch those trailers?
You watched that Hot D?
Season 2 trailer looks awesome.
Did you watch both versions? Because they have one.
I only saw one version. I haven't watched another one yet.
The question is that did you watch the green or the blacks?
Yeah, which one did you watch?
Which team are you?
I'm good entertainment team, mate.
Yeah, team don't fuck up my shows.
Yeah, basically. I'm also looking forward to seeing what was it, the other one? The new one? Can't remember what it was called. Aegon the Conqueror one.
Oh yeah. The one about
that
the
looks
original.
Cool. That looks cool.
Did they say whether that was live action or animated or not?
It looked live action.
I hope so, because I know the Sea Snake story with Corlys Valerion that was going to be live action. They were like, we're going to make this animated. So, and I think that makes more sense logistically at the end of the day. As cool of a frickin' show that would have been live action. it's an ancillary character in the show, and I don't know if that would have garnered the same attention House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones does, you know. But Aegon
It's
might.
a bit weird the way that they did it, though. They said it's a prequel to House of the Dragon instead of Game of Thrones.
Well, House of the Dragon is a history book and not an actual like a book, you know. It's not like a novel. It's a history book, almost like Silmarillion, just a lot less time periods talked about. And where we started in season 1 of House of the Dragon was, I might be wrong, but it's either 60 to like 80. It's the king, not King Jihad. What the hell was his name? King G, whatever. I think it was the J something that dies at the very opening scenes of House of the Dragon. You know, the reason Viserys is given the throne. Yeah. So Viserys's father. So I guess we missed his entire lifetime, and he died very old. And then we missed the first, I guess, 40-ish, 35, 40-ish years of Viserys's ruling. So, or maybe not 35 years. He might have ruled by the time he was in his young ages, you know. Well, no, I guess he got picked over his cousin, and they were younger. Anyway, all that. I think it's 60 to 80 years after where House of the Dragon technically starts as a history book. So they would be filling in that time. Maybe it's like 300. It's either like 60 or 80 years, or it's like 300 years. It's one of the two.
What are you talking about?
How the Aegon the Conqueror movie is going to be a prequel to House of the Dragon.
It's set 300 years before Game of Thrones, is what I just read in the article I was looking at.
Well, that's House of the Dragon.
No.
So okay. So we're probably where, yeah, that's where House of the Dragon starts. So I'm guessing where House of the Dragon is probably.
I thought Aegon's Conquest was before.
It's before House of the Dragon. Yeah. This article from who the fuck? Oh, Variety. The show would tell the story of how Aegon and his sister wives Visenya and Rhaenys used their army and their 3 dragons to conquer 6 of the 7 kingdoms on Westeros, with the exception of Dorne. In doing so, Aegon I became the first king of Westeros, the first to sit on the Iron Throne, and the founder of the Targaryen dynasty. Those events took place approximately 300 years prior to the events of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and that's where the House of the Dragon book starts off too, or like not the novel, but the history book.
Okay.
So what we're watching is like, I think 60 or 80 years after that. I'm not entirely sure on that timeline, is what I was trying to say.
Oh, okay. I get you. Now I see what you're saying.
It kind of jumps timelines a bit.
Damn.
It's confusing.
Did they maybe say, like, in the first season when they were talking about Aegon the Conqueror and whatnot, did they say, like,
well, they didn't really
like it's been how many generations since Aegon the Conqueror or something like that? I swear.
Well, okay, so the thing is that they didn't really mention Aegon, which kind of threw some people off. They mentioned, I think it's his son, who is Viserys' dad. So it's like, I think they're like 2.5, 3 generations off kind of deal. Maybe 3.
That makes sense. 3.5, 4.
The Conqueror's crown they put on the current Aegon was from Aegon the Conqueror.
Was there Aegon the Second, and then? Well, no, because Aegon the Second is Rhaenyra's kid.
Yeah, but you can have some. You can have, just look at British dynasties, as you guys like to say. How many years have separated like some of the names? You know,
not a whole bunch. Yeah.
Well, the thing about that is when a new monarch is crowned, they can choose a different name. It's like Elizabeth was given a choice to change her name to Victoria or anything else, but she kept Elizabeth as her name.
Right. Well, I'm just saying though, so it doesn't necessarily have to be like a limited generational thing.
No.
Like it doesn't necessarily have to go like numbered from kid to kid to kid to kid.
Yeah, but they there is that, I guess. George R.R. did already lay that out there, is what I was.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
okay.
He's already laid that out.
I think they do have the tradition the same as we used to, where firstborn sons are usually named after the father as well, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So, well, if that's the case, Aegon would be Viserys right now.
Yeah,
it's just different. It's just a different way of doing it, to be honest.
Yeah, that's actually kind of like it's almost like the papacy. You can bounce names, like, you know, they choose their names, so like, Pope Clement the First could, and Pope Clement the Second didn't come right after Pope Clement the First.
Right, I'll be back in a second. I've got to let the dog out. He's scratching at the door.
Uh-oh. Yeah, you better let him out.
Maybe.
Hello, chat.
Are the prequels going to end up in caves? Oh, like the Dragonstone caves and stuff?
I mean, if they go back far enough, I'm sure they could.
Well, technically, they're on Dragonstone. They could totally do that if they want to.
Yeah. Right. When he's scratching at the door, I have to let him out.
The what?
When he scratches at the door, I've got to let him out.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He lets you know.
Yeah, you don't want to clean that up.
Is that Bailey?
Yeah, that's Bailey.
Cool. He doing all right?
I can't bring him up on the camera because he's too bloody heavy to pick up and put on my lap.
Yeah.
He's a big boy for a little dog.
Hey-o.
Is he a little? Yeah. He's a sausage.
Not really.
No.
He's just blocky.
Yeah.
He's an old English bulldog, huh?
No. Well, that ugly thing, no.
But you can hide stuff in their jowls.
Anything besides chocolate. Don't put chocolate in there.
Yeah.
Hide anything besides chocolate.
Chocolate is very bad for the domesticated critters.
That's why animals have their own version of chocolate.
Mm-hmm. Cheese.
I thought it was gonna be poop.
Cheese is bad for them as well. Technically, bad for everyone.
Well, yeah.
Tastes so bloody good though.
What's wrong with treating him as a fur baby, Peter?
I'm a big animal person, but I'm also one that you gotta succinctly separate pet versus child, because there are people that totally treat it.
Depends on the animal.
I don't have a baby, so my kitty, my baby.
Yeah, that's perfect then. Oh, he's saying don't treat it like a fur baby, don't give it vitamin A or stuff. Okay. He applied logic.
I thought you were talking about levels of spoiling. I was be like, no offense, don't know you, but fuck you. I will fur baby the shit out of my pets. Thank you very much.
Here comes Blue.
Hey, kitty. Oh, yay, Cyclops.
Oh, nice kitty arse, as they say.
Kitty butthole, glowy kitty butthole.
Birthday cakes and shit.
Nah, yeah, no. I won't even go that far.
I think we might get birthday cakes and shit out of this viewpoint in a second if we're not careful.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't go that far. I might get him a little catnip toy or something so he can trip out for a few days. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna.
There you go.
I'm not throwing full parties and inviting people. I'm not putting it on video or any of that shit. That's just no.
I was gonna fly out for it. What do you mean?
Hi, kitty.
My cat, this little thing, she's been meowing at me like a motherfucker just because I think she just hit heat. She's about 2 years old, so I think it's time to go get her neutered.
Yeah.
Treats are cool. Birthday parties are dumb. What? The party's the fun part. The treats are an added little cherry on top. Hey, but if you're not a people person, parties suck. That's true.
No, you were talking about pets still, bro.
Oh.
He's talking about pets.
So I know what your line of thinking is, Harris.
Well, he said birthday parties. My brain went
now. Someone clip that now and send it to Jeff.
Pets. Yeah.
I did send Jay a link just in case he wanted to pop in, but he hasn't yet. So just for in case, because never knew.
Well, it depends how he's feeling right now, honestly.
Yeah, true.
That's true.
Which I did feel bad. We kind of left him or pushed him an extra like 30, 40 yesterday. Oops.
Yeah, I was like,
Oops.
Yeah, well, at least we didn't cancel his bloody stream. Anyway,
Yeah. Oops.
just like what it's not like we all watched Free Body Problem.
You're gonna be.
Oh dear.
Teal'c. Oh, Teal'c. Handyman he is.
Yeah, I bet he's watched it.
Oh shit! It's like we're on sidetrack right now. Nice one, Peter.
Do I get served something nice?
No, he's talking about Melvin.
Oh.
Party one, your table is ready.
So, Rebel Moon?
What about that crap?
That second trailer looks so good. It didn't look like just 2.5 minutes of slow motion at all. It looks so great.
Yeah.
That's
they didn't need slow motion because all the movements were slow anyway.
Why do I have to translate everyone's sarcasm? You couldn't tell when he was being sarcastic, and now you can't tell when he's being what the fuck?
Well, just think about what it would be like if we were being optimistic.
Oh, sweet Jesus. I don't speak optimism.
Well, when it comes to Rebel Moon Part 2, it is the Scar Giver, so it's really just considered Scarcasm, I think. So,
I'm looking forward to making a video reacting to Rebel Moon Part 2.
Okay, so when I watched the trailer, the first thing I thought was, and let me know what y'all are thinking off of it, is the first thing I thought was, I'm not watching this until the freaking actual movie for the first one comes out. And I'm not going to watch this until the actual movie for the second one comes out. Because usually, hell, we're doing YouTube. Like, it's fun to like, all right, well, this didn't meet our expectations, or okay, well, this was better than we thought it'd be, whatever it like ends up being. I think it's just a freaking disturbance, and I refuse to say I'm going to watch the first part of your first movie and the first part of your second movie, and then you actually give me the actual movies for each of them. I'm saying screw off Netflix. I'm only going to watch the one that's like the actual full movie from now on. Like,
and I'll probably watch the one next month, and then I will be back for the full cuts for a comparison.
Yeah, but how long's the full cut? 6 hours?
Well, exactly.
Added together, yes.
If that's the actual movie, I'm just going to spend my time waiting for that.
What was the first one? 2.5, 3 hours, something like that to it?
And it's not even a full movie. It's like half of the actual movie.
Yeah.
2/3.
Still.
Yeah.
It's not much better, if any.
I can answer Peter's question. I didn't, because I don't know what the fuck that is.
You know what? I agree with you. I saw Jupiter's Legacy on like an airplane, I think, a couple years ago, and it's one I was interested in when it came out.
I remember watching it, but I don't remember it.
I remember Mila Kunis, Eddie Redmayne, and Channing Tatum is... Eddie Redmayne talks funny the entire movie. Mila Kunis is good looking, of course, and then Channing Tatum is half dog.
Oh, so, that one? Yeah,
yes.
I never watched that one.
It's got actually, like, the concepts of it are great. The execution wasn't awful, but definitely could have been better. But the stuff in the 20s that Peter's talking about, like the early on kind of stuff, would have been really cool. Oh, that's Jupiter's Ascending. I have no idea what Jupiter's Legacy is. Never mind.
He didn't even know which one he was talking about.
Bye.
Is it wrong?
Well, as soon as I heard the name Mia Kunis, I was like, what?
What the hell is Jupiter's Legacy? The early stuff in Jupiter's Ascending would have been cooler than what we got to, at least. But I'm Googling this.
Did you tell me you haven't seen Jupiter's Legacy?
Oh, Jupiter's Legacy sucked.
All confusion aside, that is.
Oh, that one. That sucked.
Don't worry, Harris. We'll edit that part out.
No, keep that in because Jupiter's Legacy sucked. Yeah, I thought you would. No one that watched it liked it. I didn't think, which it sucks because it's one of Mark Miller's comics, and I like the Miller's verse of comics that he's written and all that. He's a very talented guy. Whoever made this show at Netflix was not as talented, not remotely as talented. And they literally canceled it after season 1, and then said, "Okay, well, we still own the rights to the world, so we're going to do Super Crooks now." And I don't think they're ever going to make Super Crooks, but it's supposed to be like the villains of this world. Because, if your superhero TV show was so bad that it got canceled in your first season, definitely instead of renewing it for season 2 and trying to do better with it, just do a show on the supervillains in that same world and try to make them more interesting this time.
Obviously, people don't learn from Sony.
No. It was just like it wasn't even the B version of The Boys. It was like the shitty D plot version of The Boys in a lot of ways.
So what did everyone think of Madam Web anyway?
It's the shittier E plot version of it. The origin part was cool. Okay, I see what you're saying there. Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I will never probably see it because Sydney Sweeney said she wasn't in it anymore and on SNL. So as part of her opening monologue, that was hilarious.
Well,
did you see that? It was hilarious though. Sony was giving so much crap to Dakota Johnson because she was kind of running it. But then Sydney Sweeney goes on SNL's, like, you might know me from this and this, but you definitely did not see me in Madam Web. I didn't hear a peep out of Sony over that one. I won't even go that far. That's that. Wow.
Let me help you out. Oh dear. This is crazy. We've been going for almost 3 hours.
Oh yeah, I know.
I think we were done with the main.
Dude, we've been done with the main shit for over an hour.
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, good kitty. He's a good baby.
He's hungry. It's the only reason he does that.
Ow.
He headbutted the bloody desk, silly boy.
I knew it. It's like, no, he's calming. He's not raging. He's trying to calm down.
I'm keeping myself from raging.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
I'll take that away from the mic so it's not so loud. Sounds like a friggin' jet engine.
Oh, jeez.
You using propane?
Yeah, he's got one of those big big lighters, and the ones with the canister.
Oh yeah,
the ones that you usually use in the kitchen to just melt the
top.
We're
torching it.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. What do you call it?
Propane torch.
Well, that one's butane.
Yeah.
But
I guess you could put pure propane in it.
I watch enough fucking Food Network. I should be able to remember. Brulee it. It's what they brulee it with. It's a bruleeing torch.
Yeah. I'm just bruleeing my lungs with some greenery.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, shit. That's hilarious.
But how many House of the Dragon trailers are there? Because I'm seeing 3. I'm seeing a 40-second, 2 minutes 11, and 1:59.
Yeah. If you click on the one that says either green or black, you'll get that one, and then the other one will pop up for you right after it's over. At least that's how I watched them. I clicked on, I think, the black one first because I couldn't figure that out quite, so I just said, "Fuck it, I'll watch the black one." And then the green one popped right up after the black one was done as a for next video or whatever. So
Did you say which one you watched already or no?
Hold on YouTube now.
Melvin, do you remember if you've seen the green or the black one already, or which one?
Nope.
Oh.
I think it's the one. Is it 3 days ago they released the new one?
Well, they were released like right at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Did they?
No. Does sci-fi equal smoking?
Yes.
In my part of the world, it does. Oh, damn it! I forgot a freaking carb cap. Oh, I have one right here. Never mind.
Yeah, I put in House of the Dragon season 2 into the YouTube search, and if you scroll down, there's the green one, and then there's the black one, or the black one, then the green one. Black one's 158, green one's however.
Oh, I see. You're talking about it got a green frame around it, does it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. There's a green one and a blue one. Or no, I see the black one. Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
So which one should I do first?
Either
Team
one's
green.
fine.
Green. Right, I'm going to show it to you guys as well. Why not? I might not have seen either of these. I might have only just seen the first
teaser
one that they released a while back. Bailey.
Now, don't forget, HBO is Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers are ass wipes when it comes to copyright. So just watch your warnings.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Well, these seem to be on Max anyway.
Yeah, which is Warner
It's the
Brothers.
same company.
Oh, it is so confusing.
Yeah. Well, it's about to be even more confusing, especially if freaking Warner. That's a good point. That's something we should talk about in the stream sometime. Is we keep talking about how Netflix and Amazon are really trying to like become bundlers, and get these other streaming services kind of like under their belt kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm just going to quickly deal with these animals because there's a little bit.
A bit of it appears there's a bit of a kerfluffle. Hi, baby.
The cat's taking Melvin out of the stream.
Yeah.
But what was I just saying? Totally.
The bundling of Netflix and Amazon.
If they start bundling, Warner Brothers is a bitch and a half about copyright and stuff. So would that end up like? I don't know. Would Netflix end up making that a better thing, or would HBO make that or Max make that a worse thing?
I would assume, like, if you're saying if Netflix takes over all the streaming capabilities of them, I would imagine that whatever Netflix's copyright policy is would be what they operate with.
I would hope. Mm-hmm.
I would think in that case, in any case like that, I believe it'd be the parent company's policy would, unless they're just like, yeah, do whatever the fuck you want. But overall, I think it'd be the parent company's policy would take precedence, unless the parent company just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, makes sense.
Company, man, copyright. They should get rid of copyright for people on YouTube anyway.
Yep.
We're doing a good job promoting things.
Well, I mean, technically, what we're doing is completely legal everywhere because we're reacting to certain things. It's just they still do copyright claims anyway, and it's technically their content, so they are able to like still win the case. And it's just such a gray area, and the gray area tends to screw YouTubers over. And like, obviously, even the bigger YouTubers are still the little fish out of the deal. Like,
oh yeah,
it's free publicity. All publicity is good publicity in some way or another. So come on. I agree, Peter. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least they should check out what particular channels are saying about things, and then say if it's positive, then they should just overlook the copyright. But if it's that harsh, negative, haters, then maybe.
I mean, most
isn't
most of YouTube's copyright system just automated though? Like they just put in the preferences and just hit.
Yeah,
and the algorithm just searches.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is probably
But
why
I think Peter's right, and it's because of AI. Because once AI is it's just gonna keep getting better. So copyright policy is gonna have to get tighter. Because otherwise, you're just gonna have duplicates of shit every fucking where.
Yeah, I actually saw something because I thought, what's stopping people from using AI to write a novel and then publish it? And then I looked, and they said even the self-publishing on Amazon and that, if you upload an AI-generated story or book, it actually scans it for how much of it is generated by AI, and then refuses it.
Oh wow,
that's cool. I actually like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that as well. But there's also another site where you can actually put one that's been hit. Let's say you try and upload it. It won't allow you because it knows it's generated by AI. But there's a site, I can't remember the name of it, that actually you can move the file into, and it will detect which ones are how easy it is to be detected by AI, and it will actually automatically rearrange words and change words and everything and make it so it will actually pass the test.
Oh my god.
So it kind of defeats the purpose.
That's knuckin' futz. Well, I mean, that's always going to happen. Someone comes up with a restriction. Everyone who can is going to jump on it and try and find a way through or around it.
Yeah.
It's that old. Yeah, it's that old Bill Gates philosophy. Like, I'm going to hire the laziest people I can find because they're going to find the easiest way to do it. You know.
Actually, I've got to do a video on it. I haven't done it yet, but I actually went onto ChatGPT, typed in write a sci-fi novel, and it came up with 3 chapters. But I'm going to do a video on it.
That'll be wild.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Peter.
That's all the parameters I said. Sci-fi novel. That's it. Nothing else.
Yeah. Just wait. The world is
I'll be reading it.
As soon as they get quantum computing running is when you can start the doomsday clock officially.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going to turn AI into full AGI or
AIG,
whatever the hell it is.
Mm-hmm.
AI will be controllable until quantum computing. Once that hits, we're fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already here, just not at a mass scale.
That's what I'm talking about. They have quantum computers, but when quantum computing becomes mainstream,
how do we do that? Is another question.
Who's to
because
say
that would be beneficial as all get out for humanity,
Well, hell yeah, it would. It's just, I mean, anything.
Well, I kind of agree with Steve here. Trailers should be copyright free, as it's all free promotion.
Oh no, Steve's dead ass. Steve is dead ass.
There's I mean, just thinking about it, like from a legality standpoint, where do you put something out there on like a public platform that does kind of say, all right, use this, but also I guess if it's a product that you made and spent money on and I guess are using money to promote,
I
don't know. That's such a weird gray area, but I generally, totally.
I think that's why I don't like Rebel Moon, because I can see that it's obviously reworked by AI. To me, it's
like it.
Whose chat was I in when I said that? I think I was in Mr. H's chat, and it was flagged so that they could show it and talk about it. Because I said that he typed into ChatGPT, rewrite my Star Wars script to be like sort of the other thing like Lord of the Rings and whatever. I can't remember specifically what I said, but they all loved it. They all agreed with it. They're saying how it's most likely how it happened. I'm going to retype all my Star Wars script, which was refused by Lucasfilm. Type it into ChatGPT, get a new script. And then you get Rebel Moon. Because I don't like it. There are people that like it, like Steve in the chat. I've got nothing against him. But I'm against Rebel Moon. It is absolute terrible garbage. Which is a waste of how many millions?
I think Zack Snyder can be a good filmmaker. Watchmen is still probably my top 3 to 5 favorite comic book movies. And I love the Watchmen series as well, even though he didn't do that one.
300.
300's amazing. The second one's a little different, not as good, but still all right. But he didn't direct that one either. He did produce it, I guess. He has his good days at the office, and he most definitely has his bad days at the office. And Rebel Moon was, I think, the worst day he might have ever had at the office. I would rather watch Supper Punch than Rebel Moon.
I just don't like Rebel Moon. It's just, we're seeing quite a bit of mistakes made in sci-fi, specifically in the top franchises. Right, there are mistakes being made, and with Snyder bringing out Rebel Moon, it's just like it's not avoiding the mistakes; it's just highlighting them, in my opinion, in those movies.
Yeah. I don't remember who it was, but I did watch like a good detailed. I think I put it on Sidetrack. It's somewhere in the Facebook group. It's one of those Snyder videos. I think I put up like a month ago that I just watched, and I just found it interesting. But they made a good point that Star Wars is based off of 1,000 different things. You know, like it definitely has like Seven Samurai and Dune and a couple like big head honchos that kind of like definitely like hold like the main kind of like resemblances, I guess.
Cultural references were big things.
Yeah. But it's based off of 1,000 different things. It has 1,000 different references, isn't it? I guess is the easiest way to say it. Where Rebel Moon is just referencing Star Wars and Seven Samurai, which are very similar in plot and structure already.
Well, I don't know. I mean, what's her name looked like Furiosa in Part 2's trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Shaved head and everything from the looks of it.
Yeah, I still haven't watched Part 2's trailer yet.
Have you not?
No.
So
it's a lot of slow motion.
What, Part 2?
I agree, Peter. That was very cinematic, but I think he did that to try to. I legitimately think he did that just to try to appease film snobs in a way, to try to like get certain people on his side in a way. And I don't mean that in like a poo-poo Snyder kind of deal. He's not one of my favorite filmmakers, and he does aggravate me sometimes. But then a lot of people do, you know. So it's just he's a human being. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, posturing. There we go. That's the good word for.
You say you haven't seen it.
Yeah, Netflix don't copyright much.
Right. Well, I've had copyright notifications, but I haven't had a strike. So.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Because we're not monetized. If we're monetized, it'll be completely different. When you get monetized, the best thing you can do is anything that's had a copyright notification, remove it. Set it all to private. That's what I'm going to do, just to be safe.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's have a look at this. Let's show this.
I love it. The do not doing.
Their nightmare is you and I fighting together.
You must know you cannot win.
You're all here because there is nothing to return to. Dark days lie ahead of us all. We will teach you how to fight. That's impressive. The Scargivers among them. Those this village holds most dear. I should destroy them.
I have no choice but to fight.
The Scargiver herself.
Go, 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 go!
Are you truly prepared to allow this to continue in your name?
I'm sorry. I won't allow this place to die for me.
There's I. Oh wow.
All right. It's got some cool stuff, but it's just all slow motion. It's like 60%.
There's no slow motion used. That's the actual choreography. That they moved that slow. They didn't need slow motion because they already did. If anything, they should have sped it up 2 times.
Yeah.
What do you think, Aaron?
It was okay. I mean, the action, yeah, I was, yeah, they need to, they did it was all right. That's all I got. It was all right. Didn't make me go, holy shit, I can't wait. But it also didn't make me go, you know what, fuck this noise.
It made me shout. All I could shout was, holy shit, I can't wait to tear this shit apart. Check out the video. You should check out my reaction to the trailers.
I should.
They're funny.
Oh,
Rebel freaking
I used short for it. My very first short.
His very first short was him taking 10 seconds to say, "What the fuck?"
Basically,
end of short.
It was a beautiful short.
You seen it, Harris?
I think so. It's funny. Show us though. So get people to go. Get people to go. Peter, it is. This one.
Okay. You want to see it?
What did y'all think about Sofia Boutella in the first movie? Let's show us this first.
Okay.
Trailer out. I'm going to have a look at it in a bit. Look for that video later because I'm going to have fun.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Is everyone stoned? Well, I am.
I'm not like fried, but I feel okay.
You all look like you need to sleep. Well, after the dab, I could use a nap. That is true.
Well, I mean, it's 9 o'clock now. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Well, well, you're 4 o'clock.
I got plenty of sleep last night after I left Aaron's stream, or chat at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Caught up on plenty of sleep after watching 3 Body Problem. So yeah, that was fun. No, yeah, 3 Body Problem. It was all right actually. When I started watching it, I was like, "What's going on?" And then all of a sudden, I was like, oh, actually, this is interesting. And then it's like, oh, this is really good. And it's like, shall I watch it again?
Well, that's good. The good thing about this, I think, I'm excited at least that the trilogy of books, I believe, right, has already been completely written. So they have a full series to adapt now.
Yeah.
So we don't have to
I
get
haven't seen the
Dan and
originals.
Dave. The what?
I haven't seen the original one, The Three Body Problem.
Oh, is there one already on it?
There's a, it's essentially it's a remake or a reboot, but there is a Three Body Problem from a while back.
Okay.
I can't remember if it's called The Three Body Problem though.
I'm not sure. I think the books are fairly recent, though. I think the books were in the either 10s or aughts, one of the two. Yeah, the Chinese version, yeah. Oh, the Chinese version of the movie. I see.
I think they also had one in, was it 2022? There was one just called Three Body as well, wasn't there?
Looking at the Wikipedia.
That was the US version, I think. I haven't seen the Chinese version, but if they made this remake as a result.
That's the Wikipedia article.
All right.
On the novel.
Oh, yeah, it's a novel as well.
I need to read the novel. Yeah, I want to read all 3 books.
You got to read it in the original Chinese.
Nah.
Well,
the story. Oh wow! It was originally serialized in Science Fiction World before it was published as a standalone book in 2008, but it was serialized in 2006.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. English translation by Ken Liu was published by Tor in 2014, so that's the version that we need to read, unless you already can read Japanese. So, yep, 2015, a Chinese film adaptation of the same name was in production but never released.
Oh.
A Chinese TV series, Three Body, released in early 2023 to critical success locally. And then now we're getting the English language one now. So
cool. All right.
Even though
Game
it's
of
not
Thrones creators.
There we go.
From the guys that made Game of Thrones.
Yep.
Dan and Dave. Yeah, I'm just happy they are able to.
The guys that made Game of Thrones final 2 seasons.
I mean, they still made 6 of the best seasons of TV seasons ever, in a way. But they were just adapted. So
yeah,
fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Why in the fuck did you get up that early, David?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Malice. Hi, buddy. Come here. Say hi. Not so fast. Say hi to everybody.
Hey.
Hi. He's a big boy. Him, big boy.
Yeah, season 2 will be awesome. Especially the way they left it. But I can't talk about it because someone hadn't watched it.
Well,
you got to watch it.
What did you say your cat's name was?
Malice.
Malice. That's what I thought. I like it.
He's a good baby. Ain't you good baby?
Should we make it 3 for 3?
What are you doing?
Oh, look how cute.
Anyone. Yeah. 3 for 3. They're all hanging.
Mm-hmm.
Just grabbing random packets.
And his turn to show everyone his goods. We tickle the butt. Get the Cyclops.
If you hang out in a room for 3.5 hours, your cats will eventually come sit in your lap.
Jesus, 3.5 hours. Nearly.
Yeah, buddy.
Well, this was originally supposed to be like a 2-hour stream tops.
Hanging. Yeah, we're chilling.
Well, hey, you know,
that's what happens.
It's not a good
man.
stream unless you go over it half hour or more.
Exactly. He will eat you if you die. Well, yeah.
That's the best part. Nature keeps moving, man.
He'll either do that or he'll just fall asleep on your chest and not leave you alone.
That's possible. Until you die, and then he'll eat you.
Yep.
So that's after. That's after.
Yeah.
That.
It's inevitable.
There was a story in the news a while back when there was a guy died on the floor of his living room, I think. And when the police went around there because of a complaint for the smell, so the police did a bit of a late welfare check, and guy was laying there, been dead for weeks. Cat was curled up on his chest.
Oh.
No evidence of the cat doing anything. Just laid on top of his chest for the whole time. Cat was fine. Cat was alive.
Yeah,
he'd obviously been getting food from somewhere, but they never touched the body. Dog. Right, I'll be back in a minute. I've got to get this packet away from him before he decides to eat it and swallow it.
Yeah.
Well, oh, there he goes. Well, the cat version of Weekend at Bernie's and Rick and Morty. You don't watch Rick and Morty. I don't need to watch it. So I guess another little sell for it is each episode is based off of a movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So each one's like loosely based off of a film. So it's kind of following that same like plot structure as whatever movie is kind of based off of.
Okay.
And it's all like just the names are changed up with something like Rick and Morty sounding. Like what's a dinner with Andre or whatever the hell the movie's called? I can't think of it. It's like a dinner Rick on, I don't know what the hell it is, but it's something along those lines. To Troll Fox's Lawyers. Yeah, but it was hilarious. It worked.
Amazing what you can do if you've got treats and a dog that picks rubbish randomly out of your bin and snarls at you when you try and take it away. Amazing what you can do with a treat.
Yeah, that's true.
I just wish he preferred his dog food over cat food. They're the same brand. They come from the same place. And they're pretty much the same type of food. It's just different sized chunks, right?
Yeah. One goes down easy peasy. Peter, have you ever seen Solar Opposites, and do you like it? Because I think y'all would really like Solar Opposites. It's much more like, well, Rick and Morty's super freaking sci-fi oriented, but it's also like 50% hash. It's also like it's story driven in a very loose basis, loose structure, but it's still very sci-fi, but it's funny. Still, yeah, love Solar Opposites. Solar Opposites is just literally a sci-fi sitcom, and the main story doesn't necessarily have structure. It has a little bit, but doesn't have much. And then it has like secondary stories that happen within. Like here's another sell for Solar Opposites. There's 4 aliens that have to live on Earth, kind of deal, and they're stuck there. Oh wow. Oh, that's sad.
That's all right.
So the 4 aliens.
French.
All right. French. Well, okay. So not quite as good as Rick and Morty. It's not quite as good as Rick and Morty. I agree. But for sci-fi people, I think it's a good kind of like, they might like that to get them to watch Rick and Morty per se. Because okay, so 4 aliens crash on Earth, live on Earth. Kind of that's the premise of the show. One of the aliens, which is like a little girl, she shares a room with her brother, and on one of the walls, they have like a shrinking ray gun. So throughout life, now they just shrink people if they get pissed off at them, and they start putting them in this wall, and like think of them as pets. And there's a secondary part of the story that is inside of the wall. So like every 4, 5, 6, 7 episodes, you get a wall episode, or at least a partial wall episode. And they're all stuck inside this wall. And the wall might be a better show than the actual show. It's amazing.
That's hilarious. Hilarious.
But I think y'all would really enjoy it. Stone describing it very slowly, but I think y'all would enjoy it. And it's a good bridge the gap to Rick and Morty.
Yeah. Okay. So, right, I'm going to take a look at that. The Game of Thrones trailer, like I said, was going to. Got sidetracked.
Oh, we never did. My favorite shows of the last few years. They're great. They're legit great. Do you like the Wall episodes, Peter? And do you like the Silver Cops as well? Because the Silver Cops is a whole little extra little sideshow that they're doing now, and it's fucking great.
Hey.
Bloody noise.
You're here to relax, not play with my headphone cord, sir.
Okay, Peter prefers the actual show, but he does like the one. What about the Silver Cops? And also, did y'all see what David said? That is devastatingly sad.
That's wild.
Yeah. And yes, I mean,
you cannot play with Daddy's cords.
That could
the rule. You know this rule.
As sad as that event is, I could totally see it being an SNL sketch at the same time, which is bad.
That yes.
You know.
Watch your warnings.
Yep.
For the one true King Aegon!
Many weeks ago, my Lord husband was alive, and the realm was at peace.
On his deathbed, he knew the realm would never accept a queen.
Rhaenyra's supporters will believe what they wish. But Viserys wanted Aegon to succeed him.
They wish now not for the good of the realm, but for the satisfaction of vengeance.
Plot against the king, and I will pay it back 100 times over. I'm as fearsome as any of them.
You have no idea the sacrifices that were made to put you on that throne.
My uncle is a challenge I welcome. If he dares face me.
We will prevail and bring forth peace. But you must accept that the path to victory now is one of violence.
Good. To war, then.
All my life, I've endeavored to serve both my house and the realm. And somehow none of it matters.
Hold to your courage! For the one true King Aegon!
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So are you Team Green or so far?
I'm Team House of the Dragon.
Yeah, right. I mean, if you were going to pick a side, you'd have chosen before the end of the first season anyway. So.
Oh, totally. I'm Team Black.
I'm on the side of the dragons.
Oh, I'm Team Black all day.
I'm Team Black all day.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at the black one, shall we?
We shall. Was it right there?
Yeah, it's right there.
Aye. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We fight for our queen!
My father chose me, his firstborn child, to succeed him. He held to his decision until death.
And yet, Alicent's son sits my throne. I mean to fight this war and win it.
The realm will soon tear itself apart. If men do not remember the oath sworn to King Viserys and to his rightful heir.
The High Towers are marching. You must crush this beast at its head.
Our terms are very simple. Renounce the false king and bend the knee to the innocent, or your house burns.
When the desire to kill and burn takes hold and reason is forgotten, you will not even remember what began the war in the first place.
We fight for our queen!
Feel what I've begun.
June is so stacked.
It's gonna be so good.
June is so stacked.
What's I'm leaning towards black?
Yeah.
But as long as it's got dragons in it, I'm happy.
Damn right. Just the Team Black is just the everything going on is so much more like deep and intrinsically like rooted in what's actually happening within the world. And the Team Green's just Otto Hightower's pissed off. You know, it wants power.
I hate that guy.
For real. Risa Fons was perfect for him. He's so good.
Yeah, the dude playing him is fucking killing it.
But
he is doing a great job. That dude is doing an awesome job at making me hate him.
Exactly. He's so good.
Yeah.
That's
like I
don't
hate as much as Joffrey.
They did well to make you hate the ones that you meant to hate.
Yep.
Yeah,
probably David. Oh wait, no, didn't they? What were they talking?
Them and Rings of Power have both said that they're going to try to like fast track things from now on. I think for better for both of them. I think House of the Dragon will probably handle it better. Hopefully, Rings of Power starts handling things really well, but we'll see.
I'll tell you what, I hadn't watched even the first season of House of Dragon until like week before last. I think I finished it last week. Yeah, I never got around to watching it till last week. But I'll tell you what, though, that show made me very happy with the casting of Millie Alcock as Supergirl, because her Rhaenyra was a little badass. She was that little bitch. You could not fuck with her. So as soon as I watched that, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah, she's Supergirl. Let's go.
This can be good. The other girl I feel like looked more like Supergirl, but Millie Alcock, I think the probably better actress at the end of the day. Like it just, probably not overall. Who knows? But I'm just pumped. I'm pumped. I forgot her name.
The young Alicent. Are you talking young Alicent? You can't remember?
No. The other girl for Supergirl that was going to play Supergirl.
Yeah.
That one.
She already
Flash.
Maybe, I think so.
Dark haired Supergirl.
No, there's another blonde girl that was going to play it. It was her versus Millie Alcock at the end of the two.
It's like Molly something. Later, Peter.
We still don't even have a teaser yet for Rings of Power Season 2. Yeah.
Thank Christ. Put it bluntly.
If I saw that as a tweet, I'd be quoting it with my "nobody gives a fuck" gif.
Yeah. I just hope it's good. I don't even care. I'm about usually I'm a trailer person, but I don't even care about a trailer for it. I will watch it when it comes out. I just hope this will be the last season I'm watching if it's bad.
I haven't watched that. I haven't watched that yet either, honestly.
It's not awful. It shouldn't have been handled by first-time showrunners. As much as I love a studio taking the chance on people like that, spending $1 billion to make up an entire world, and somebody made a good point yesterday in that
they weren't supposed to make up a new world. It was an existing world. They just needed to bring it into.
Well, I'm saying like build the sets and like the whole they built all that. And they did it in New Zealand, and then they moved the production to frickin' the UK. I mean, to like Scotland and Northern England and stuff, which is a beautiful. Like it's still going to look good, But a lot of that billion went to building the stuff over there. Like, sure, they can take apart some of it and ship it across, but you know, traveling circus sets aren't necessarily the same as the ones that were built there to last. You know?
Yeah.
It's not like with Game of Thrones where it was a global phenomenon in more than one way, more than the fact that it was an amazing show, but also the fact that it's filmed on different locations around the world.
Whichever one made the most sense for the scene, which is like, hey, if you got the cash to do it,
they went to a desert.
There's a reason it's so successful too.
In the Sahara, they said the Mos Eisley was in Sahara. They built part of the set. I think it was, wasn't it?
They did some Sahara. They did some stuff in Jordan. They did a lot in Morocco. They did a lot of Morocco, Spain.
They went to where the terrain was that suited the scenes. Kind of like they do in America a lot. You've got a lot of different types of terrain, so
it helps. Yeah,
you want a snow-topped mountain, you go Wyoming or something.
Yeah, legit. Yeah, legit.
Yeah, we are talking about. It's perfectly plausible that a lot of the galaxy looks like Canadian forest.
Yeah. If you go by that documentary series that went on for 12, 13 years or so, you know, the Stargate, you know, that documentary. Yeah.
Well, even the funnier part about that is Canada's such a huge country. It, like the U.S., is literally a continental country. It spreads an entire continent from side to side. It's literally just straight up British Columbia and Alberta, like, or maybe not even Alberta. Like, it doesn't even show many farmlands. Like, it's just like Western British Columbia, and I forget the second closest province on the left side for Canada. When they had the whole country to utilize, you know.
Quebec.
Yeah, I guess it would have been a little different going up into Quebec, but they could have gone to like Nova Scotia and stuff on the east side of Canada.
I can't blame them for avoiding French people.
No.
Well, they can go to the east side of Canada. You know, they can skip over Quebec. Go to Alberta, get some good beef in there, get some farm shots.
Come on over to Ontario.
There you go.
Cross the Ambassador Bridge. Come hang out in
Alberta
Michigan. It'll be food.
Alberta beef is good. Oh, Mark, yeah, the Beetlejuice trailer was good.
Bailey. Some random cot.
That's funny.
Squirrel with a gun.
That's funny.
To quote Ace Ventura, alrighty then.
Oh,
like a glove.
Like a glove. See, now we're on Eddie Murphy with that one.
Yeah. Going a little nutty professor.
That's because we've been on for almost 4 hours now.
Yeah. I don't think I've eaten anything today. I might have to look at some food here in a minute.
Yeah, it's probably going to be time to end soon anyway.
Right.
A lot longer than expected.
It's been fun though.
Oh yeah, because that's what happens when you're having fun and talking shizit.
Damn right.
We'll have to do this again soon.
Yes.
Sooner or later. Sooner, hopefully.
You know what we should do? We should just start rotating between our channels.
That's not a bad idea. Just
Maybe
hop.
Yeah, maybe like once a week or something.
Keep Paris down here.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, I'd be up for that. Rotating through the channels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down. That's fun. Let's do it.
Cool.
Well, we're gonna have to now. We said it live.
Yeah, I know, right? People be like, "You motherfuckers."
That means y'all got to hold us to it. And, you know, Peter, David, and Mark are always here. And Laura's probably still listening somewhere. So,
you know what? We'll definitely have to do something like this for when the Acolyte drops.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I know I'm planning on doing a big-ass preview show the Saturday before.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Hell yeah. I'll do Afterthoughts for Acolyte for damn sure if you want to come on Afterthoughts.
Yeah.
Because we'll have that with the Afterthoughts crew, too.
Oops.
When was the last time you did an Afterthoughts? That's what I was wondering.
too long ago. I tried to get the guys to do one for Three Body Problem, and we were gonna do like one episode a day or one episode every other day or every 3 days, just whatever schedule worked. And then not enough of them were into it.
No, David, because it's not getting me money.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, if you know y'all want to get together and send us to SDCC too, I mean, we're here for that shit for sure.
Well, y'all too. So y'all, I mean, yeah, plunk them on. But if you want to send me cash, I'll take it.
Yep.
I do have a tipping page set up.
Hey, there you go.
I've got a PayPal.
The Patreons.
I haven't started a Patreon. I feel like I need more subs. I don't know.
You need somehow to get the audience over there as well. That's what
Yeah.
I found. I've got a Patreon, but it wasn't getting viewed.
Yeah, I want to do like a certain series. I just haven't found out a logistic way to do it. It's a fun, like I want to do like watch parties on Patreon essentially, but like do them with I have a vest that's like a haptic feedback vest that you can like watch along, and like it's just a fun little thing, you know.
There's got to be some way where you can make a button so that the audience can press a button and make you go.
Hey, there is, honestly. That would be like a Discord thing. I don't know how to do that, but I have a buddy that.
I'll just be holding the button down so that
it'd be like a 50 cents for like a buzz kind of deal.
Yeah, that's why I'd hold the fit button down, pay 50 cents, and then just hold it.
YouTube takes a bunch, so I'd be getting a lot of dimes. It'd be great.
Right. YouTube takes 30%.
Aye.
Crazy number, isn't it? But then Rumble, if you get monetized on Rumble and earn enough, it's 40%, so it's 10% less on YouTube than Rumble.
Oh, really?
Rumble takes more than YouTube? Wow.
Really? In their defense, they do monetize from straight from the start.
Oh.
You don't have to
So
go
how does that work with views? Is like one view worth more than a view on YouTube per se?
I think the number of views. I think they separate the views into two sections. I think it's like the equivalent of the concurrent views on YouTube. Because we get concurrent viewers, which are the ones that return, and then you got random viewers that just come along and take a look and then disappear. So they separate those in the videos on Rumble, and I think it has to be like the equivalent of the concurrent views that you earn from.
Okay.
Crazy.
Hello, we just got 2 comments in a row. Mark said he's still DoorDash and surprised he's still here. The show's been going on the Sunday show's been going on like over the line for 2.5 hours recently. And then Sarah's like, "Oh my God, you guys are still here?"
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
What is your problem?
Long though.
What is your deal, sir?
Harris, are you back on?
Oh, we haven't. Oh, I didn't realize we haven't talked about Oscars. I guess I was in Texas all last week, so I guess I didn't even talk about the Oscars. We need to
really care about the Oscars anymore.
Yeah, it was the most viewed one in like 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It was just mundane. I still like it when an actual comedian, and I don't count Jimmy Kimmel as an actual comedian, hosts the Oscars. You know?
Funny.
He was funny before he was a late night host.
Well, he's not Ricky Gervais.
No, Ricky Gervais. He could be a late night host. Ricky Gervais is just honest, and I like that.
Yeah.
I like Jimmy Fallon too. I think he could actually still be funny if he wanted to do stand up and be a comedian. He just is he's also corporatized at this point. It's just he's been there too long, you know. He doesn't have like a genuine laugh anymore. And then that's when you lose me as a late night person. When the laugh loses, it's gumption.
What are you trying to get?
Oh dear. Yeah, I think we're going to call it here because we've been going for nearly 4 hours.
Yeah, 3:48.
Yeah, it's crazy. I remember the last time I did. Even my watch-alongs don't go longer than 2 to 2.5 hours, depending on what the film is, how long the film is.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's true.
Cool.
Was he really?
Oh, Sarah, you missed all the cats. We probably all three currently still have cats in our lives.
Well,
we made the joke that
fucked off now. He's gone outside.
It was like 3 hours, 20 minutes. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
We were joking about if you sit at a laptop for 3 hours, a cat's eventually going to come sit in your lap. You know?
Yep. Yeah, it was right around the 3 hour mark. Yep.
Crazy. Oh, so yeah, we've got. I'd love to do this again. So we'll have to arrange something.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
We'll figure it out on the in the Twitter DMs.
Yeah.
It will
for sure.
It will be fantastic.
So we're going to call it here. Cool. You guys want to say goodbye and remind people where you are, where you come from?
Go ahead.
M cube, G cube, and Star Trek, of course, as the little thingy thing says right here.
Yep. Same
Come
here.
say hi.
That's the link to me channel. If y'all want to come on over and check that, check me out if you haven't already. Please do. We're fun, as you can see.
Okay. All right, guys, questers. So I'm calling it there. Go and subscribe to both these guys. They're amazing. They do some great stuff. And as usual, guys, take care, stay safe, and may the Schwartz be with you.